No sound.
Definitely working.
You can tell we're
Wouldn't be a
professionals.
Tuesday without this shit.
You can tell we're
Telltale.
professionals.
Yeah, we are professional.
What's your output? Telltale, come on. Come here. There we go. Just install a new mic.
Gato rig. Done. All right. Now we got some sound. Okay. So
Yay.
sorry about
Yep.
that little mishap.
Definitely
As you can
works.
see, a few teething problems for changing things up a little bit for this one shot. So
Kitty
tonight
problems.
we are deviating away from our standard Tomb of Annihilation that we would normally run on a Tuesday night. Our usual DM, HB the Great, he is currently tied up in work. So, that life does come first, unfortunately. So, in return, we are going to run a one-shot tonight called The Peaks of Despair, run by yours truly. And, we'll kick it over to a few sponsors real quick, and then we'll get jumping right into this game and see where it takes us. So, we'll swing over to Jacob over there with the Sirenscape.
Yeah, so Sirenscape is a great app for DMs to create a bit of atmosphere. It just makes easy to use soundboards made for your games. It's free to try. You can download the sample packs, give it a crack, and if you want, it's only $8 a month for like 400 odd different sound packs for all your different D&D games and Starfinder and whatnot. Go check it out, sirenscape.com.
All right, and then our next sponsor of the campaign is the Dice Smith. So we'll swing over to Sam, the Dice Smith himself.
So the Dice Smith has everything you need to either start, continue, be an expert at any tabletop RPG. We have dice, we have dice towers, dice trays, heaps of accessories. You name it, we've got it. We do 3D printing. So if you have any minis, so check out the website, thedicesmith.com. Check it out. Subscribe to the newsletter. You can get some pretty cool deals through there. So check it out and get yourself a bargain.
Well, look at that. He's even got himself a newsletter now. He's getting all professional and stuff. Well done,
Newsletter.
Sam.
Hot off the presses.
Must be getting some business.
Hot off the digital press.
Hot. Stop the presses. Okay, start them again.
All right. So, and thirdly, our other main sponsor of the campaign, who's been here since pretty much day dot, just about. That would be Miniature Hub. So miniaturehub.com.au. They are an Australian-based D&D Pathfinder tabletop RPG store, all online, based out of New South Wales, where the COVID is minimal. And so basically, you can hit these guys up. They will supply pretty much everything and anything you need for D&D or any other tabletop game. Make sure you hit them up. Give them our name. So use the code Doggos, Doggos. You'll save yourself 10% on everything. You get $10 flat rate shipping, Afterpay. There is pretty much so many reasons to do it and not any reason at all not to. Get on there and spend. So go check them out, miniaturehub.com.au.
Send some love.
That's it. And since that's all our sponsors, I suppose we shall get into tonight's game. And we'll go from there. So, all right. So to set the mood, we are looking at... Sorry. I had it here. All right. So we are currently sitting in the year 56 AM. Okay, so that is what they call after martyrdom. Now, it's 56 years after that's happened. Now, we are with a bunch of willing adventurers eager to go and earn themselves some coin and fame and glory. They are currently in the city of Carden, sitting in the bar called He Who Dealt It. Now, they are just sitting around a table, enjoying a few frothies after having a much earned break because they have just finished an awesome adventure. So, that's where we're going to start off. What would you guys like to do?
Damaris, how much gold did we get from our last adventure?
Have we collected the gold yet?
I assume so.
I thought we had to go see that guy in town. I'm vague on the details. I wasn't paying attention, really.
Look, as long as we got paid, because that rhino white scalp was quite a find. I think it was.
It was. I hear they're quite rare in this part.
Who else is around the bar currently? Like, is it busy? Is it?
It's middle afternoon. There's obviously you're starting to get the riffraff who've just coming in off the streets, just finished working. They're starting to come in and sort of order some meals and get ready for what seems to be a long night. It's probably a medium-sized bar, about 10, 15 tables. You got a few tables out in the corners, which are more like your booth style setups. Then up in the north section, you do have a long wooden bar. There is 2 doors leading to either sides of that bar. One looks like you see it open every now and then with wait staff coming in and out. And the one on the right-hand side does have a couple of what look to be well-dressed gentlemen just standing there with very correct posture.
Just for everyone at home, I'm a warforged with green glowing eyes, scale mail on shield, crossbow at my side, like a small one, and a mace strung across my back. Kind of robes, kind of like a half robe, kind of scaling across, just like a brown, dirty robe. They're nothing too exciting and identifiable in the crowds.
Beautiful, beautiful. What does everyone else look like? Please describe yourself.
Damaris is sort of a middle age, slightly getting a bit older, sort of late 40s looking human male. He's got long brown hair with grey streaks through it. He's got a full beard, but it's not very long. Sort of well kept. He has a dusty white robe that he keeps over his clothes, but you can sort of see what looks like a bit of a shine coming under his shirt as he's wearing a elven chain.
Ooh, fancy.
No, elven chain, just a chain shirt. Sorry. He's just got general sort of adventuring brown pants and black boots. He does have piercing blue eyes, which definitely catch everyone's attention. But sort of a bit scruffy looking.
Okay.
So,
Sam or
Tribal,
Yep.
Tribal is a female ranger, long blonde hair, very fit for a dwarf. Very someone that kind of lives in the mountains and also the forest land. Got brown leather, but a lot of handcrafted painting on them. More of kind of a tribal sense of things. I've got a short bow and a couple of short swords on my side. So.
Okay.
Perda is quite short, quite rotund halfling. Is wearing scale mail that looks quite worse for wear. Brown cloak over the top of it that seems to be probably designed for a child. Very, very muscular, but very short. Boots are well worn, carrying a kind of half dragging, half carrying a halberd around.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so as you guys sit there discussing your previous adventure, drinking back some fine wine and ale, all of a sudden, out of the corner of your eye, you see what looks to be a gold envelope silvery gold envelope with gold trimming on it, and 2 small golden wings just slowly floating through the air, and it's sort of haphazardly moving up and down, and it's almost like you're in a really dodgy Cessna plane, and it's just sort of floating over towards you, and then it lands itself smack in the middle of your table, in between all 4 of you.
That's weird.
Tribord, do you want to read that out?
More than happy to. And I just open it up quietly and I go,
Okay, so as you open up the envelope, it's really, really nice paper. It almost feels like marshmallows in your hand. It's crazy how fantastic this cardstock is. You open it up, it's all gold, and it's got silver writing all over it. Now, on that silver writing, it says, "We request the honour of your presence at the Ivy Manor today at 4 p.m. Drinks and canapes will be provided. Please be punctual." And at the bottom, it's signed Lady Septima Harpel.
Lady Septima.
as I've read it out to the crowd, and I go, does anyone actually know where this place is? Or any directions? Because this doesn't help us.
Do any of us know Lady Septima? Do we know of her?
Never heard of her in my whole life.
Whoa. You give me a history check, Terry. Sorry.
Yep. Tamaris?
Tamaris. Give me a history check,
Damaris.
please. Damaris.
That is a 24.
Damn.
24.
Knowledgeable boy.
All right, so you would know that Lady Septima Harpel is one of the is one of the high figures. She is an archmage, and she is quite well off, and she is known for looking, trying to help find archaeological expeditions and helps set those up to try and find quite old and ancient artifacts. She has quite a few in her mansion or manor, and she is quite known for getting adventurers to help her find artifacts and paying them quite handsomely too.
Would I happen to know where her place is? Her mansion?
You would know she lives up by the bay, so her manor does overlook the water. In the fancier part of town. So obviously the way Carden is set out, all the nicer establishments and houses are set right along the bay, which is
Ocean views. They cost a bit.
Exactly right. And it's not quite over the bay. It's more over a larger river. So quite a large river. One of the main rivers that runs between the northeast and the southwest of Mayfast in the north section. So,
yes, Tribor. I have actually heard of such a lady. She sort of lives in the fancier part of town, sort of overlooking the river. Maybe just make our way up that way.
Should we dress up for the occasion or just rock up?
I don't have any nice clothes.
We've got a letter. We'll be fine. I'm always down for a drink.
Well, you're definitely always down.
I'll fucking knock your kneecaps out in a minute.
I'm a robot. I don't have any kneecaps. Steel forged knees, my man.
And I get my helmet out. I go, ding, ding, ding. Yep, they're still all right.
All right. Well,
what's the time now?
So the time currently, you're looking at, it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
So it's sort of like an hour to make our way up there.
Correct. And being where you are, you would know that it's not an overly huge city, but it is still quite large, and it would take you from where you currently are, which is somewhere towards the middle of the city. It would take you probably half an hour or so to actually to walk there at just a standard pace.
Should we just go?
Should we consider getting all dressed up for the event? I think it could be very special.
I might get a cut and polish.
Look, I might see if I can get this. I just stand up and just start brushing, like patting down my coat, my robe, and just there's like dust flying off it, and I'm just like, all right, I'm good to go.
Tomorrow, hang on, I like comb some of your beard. let me get that. You got a bit of soup in there. There you go.
Thanks. I was wondering what was. It was getting a bit heavy. I wasn't sure why that was.
That's all right. It was a rough fight.
I just assumed it was blood.
Well, Triboy, are you wanting to dress yourself up a bit, or are you happy how you are?
Well, I could always, use a new cut, some new clothes, but if we don't have time, we don't have time.
I got like half an hour.
Does anyone have any good tailors around here? It'd be nice.
Can't say I visit this city too much. Anyone know of a tailor for a woman?
I love how you have to specify for a woman.
Okay.
I love it.
What did I say? The wrong thing. I'm still learning your human interactions. I was made yesterday.
Gotcha. All right,
By all
so as you yell that out, you see a younger lady, quite pretty, elven in appearance, off to your left in the probably about 2 tables over, and she sort of pops her head up and, who said that?
Yep, over here.
Oh, that's you. Okay. Give me a second. And she puts back her drink, which is nearly a full tankard, walks over towards you quite briskly.
She downs the entire tankard.
Oh, she does.
Oh.
And as she comes up to you, she goes, "Yeah."
My eyes peak.
She looks over and goes, "Oh, you guys here are you looking for somewhere to find a nice dress? I hear."
Our friend Tribal here is.
Yes, we are.
Oh, Trouble. What a lovely name. There's some interesting markings on you. That's not something we quite usually see around here.
Yeah, I made them myself. They're actually quite pretty.
Oh, they would. So, well, if would you be looking at a dress that would help accentuate those assets, or would you prefer to keep those covered?
More of a coat of an animal that has been slain, to go around the shoulders, more sense of the power and strength than finesse.
Ah, yes, I know this one. I think I have just the thing you might like. If you guys would like to follow me out to my store, I could help you out with something like that. It would, I reckon I've got one there. It probably only takes about 5 minutes to get there, and maybe a couple of minutes to find one and throw one on.
That's fine with me. Would you guys like to come, or are you happy here drinking?
Fits within our time frame. I'll come with you.
Of course, we're gonna come. We're not gonna leave you alone.
Well,
I come,
Haven't
and
left you alone yet.
as I get down off the table, I grab like 3 tankards and just carry them with me.
beautiful. This is fantastic. I always enjoy a good set of customers. So, just give me 2 seconds. We'll sort this out. Let's head out this way now. As she goes to lead you out the door, you all of a sudden get a excuse me, gentlemen, and you turn around and you see a quite nicely dressed figure staring at you. You were
Yes.
going to pay for those?
No, you
Yeah.
were.
Of course we were. We just hadn't yet.
Well, from the looks of this fella over here, it looks like he was just about to walk out the door.
Yeah, but didn't I pay for these?
No.
We have a rule in our party. The last one
How-
that walks
how
out
much are
pays
they?
for the drinks.
How much for the drinks?
Well, those ones there. So I'm looking at,
Well-
you had 3 tankards there. I believe I saw 2 from this gentleman here, 1 for you, and the lady over there, I'm fairly certain I saw a glass of wine in her hand. So if we were to add all that up, you'd be looking at about 15 gold pieces.
That's true.
Are you
15 gold.
fine if we take those tankards?
Well, you want to keep the tankards? Well, then we're going to have to add that up to another 25. So usually it's about 8 per tankard. They are fine
That's-
crafted tankards.
Pretty stiff.
No thanks, and I just like deck them as quickly as I can.
Nice.
Well done. I will still require that money though, so that will be 15 gold pieces. Thank you very much. And if
I
you,
believe Marek was covering that.
Marek,
Yeah.
I just want to
put the
start
gold
walking
down.
thank you. And then
What kind of business asks for them to pay after they've drunk? You have to keep tabs on everyone. That seems ridiculous. And I put the money down. And I
keep
walk
plenty
out.
of tabs, don't you?
I
And
walk out.
before you go to walk out, you notice that there are 2 more tieflings sort of stopping the door, stopping you from leaving until the guy comes up and picks up his money. As he picks it up, he goes, thank you very much for your patronage, and we will be happy to see you again. Maybe come back here and see who gets the better hand. Puts it away and walks out. And then the 2 tieflings,
my ear is sore. I
2
walk
tieflings
off.
move out of the way, allowing you to leave.
Thank you.
Great.
Okay, so you guys start heading towards the dressmaker's shop. Now, as you walk down the street, it's quite nice. Sun's out. It's a beautiful day. You walk down the cobblestone road. You're sort of heading up to the north of town and over to the dressmaker shop. As you get there, it's quite a nice building, stone, nice thatch roof, very nice trimmings around there. You notice a sign in the front of it. The sign says, "Now you die dressmaker shop." So she
Wow.
says, "Oh, yes, this is my shop. Would you like to come in? We can
What's with
quickly
the
sort out
title?
your pelt."
The name's a bit ominous.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
did you run out of names?
no. That's just a little bit of a play on
Did
words.
someone die here?
No, it's just back in the old days we used to use. I probably shouldn't say this too much. We
No,
use.
please elaborate.
Well,
Yeah,
Start.
it does. Yeah, it's not funny.
we used to use a mix of drow, orc, chul blood, all to just dye our cottons and our materials to help get these fancy coloured dresses. So,
Got that
um,
now.
my great grandmother thought it would be a funny name, and well, everyone just kind of left it, so we just stuck with it, you know. So,
Why don't you
fair enough.
change it? It's not inviting.
Cool story needs more dragons.
I think you shouldn't ask me to do those things when it's been in my family for so many generations. Why would I change it?
I'm not asking you to
Would
do
you-
anything.
would you
I'm
look
just
at changing
making a
your name?
suggestion. Well, yeah.
I think Marek's very unsuggesting too.
Well, I made my own name, so I can just make another one.
Like
Yes,
Graham.
well,
I bet we call him Graham
In
from
that
now on.
case, well, then, yeah, that's fine. Well, yeah.
Oh, if you don't like the name, I'll be Graham then.
I'd prefer.
Hi, I'm Graham. How are you?
She just looks at her hand and goes, "Fucking out of towners is ridiculous. I don't have time for this. Tribor, come inside. You three, please stay outside."
Oh,
Okay.
but I wanted to make sure she was fine.
Tribor will be fine.
I,
Tribor, would
I
you like to
don't
come
need you.
inside?
I'm all
Try-
good.
Yell out if you need us.
Fine.
Thank you.
I'm gonna kick this rock
She
around.
opens up the door. Tribor walks in. She looks back at you guys as she slowly closes the door.
What a fucking bitch.
I just sit on the ground and like and just pull out like a deck of cards. I'm like, "Hey, Merrick, keen for a game?"
You're on.
And I just start like dealing cards out on like the ground.
Now you have to explain the rules to me, and we'll go through this. You can do your thing.
All right. Okay, so Tribor, as she walks you into the shop, you walk in and there is just rungs and rungs and rungs of different coloured materials. As you walk in, you can see a nice countertop. There's a big door which leads into another section, which you could only assume is either storage or where she actually makes the dresses themselves. She said, "Oh, hold on,
Yep.
just wait 1 second. I'll grab one from out the back." Looking at your hair, blonde. She goes, "Oh, blonde hair, those tattoos. Oh,
Hey, puppy.
I have just the thing that will look fantastic on you." Runs out the back, all giggling. As she goes out there, you hear her rummaging around and throwing things. And, "Oh, where's this? I thought it was over here. No, fuck, might be over there. No. Oh, there it is." And you hear a clap. She comes back out, walks up to you with this beautiful rainbow feathered coat. She goes and brings it over to you. It's probably about a meter wide, and thickness wise, you're probably looking about half a meter. So it's, think of like a smaller blanket type material. As she brings it to you, she looks at it and she goes, "What do you think of the colours on this?" And there's reds and golds.
The colours
and
are
blues.
interesting, but I was more preferring. Do you have elfish, like a skin of elves? Maybe could that be potential?
She looks around. No, we don't sell that kind of thing here.
The skin of elves.
Well, I only partake in the name of your business, and obviously drows are very familiar and very similar to elves, and I am a hunter, and I do like the deadliest prey, which actually are the elves. So
The drows would be the deadliest prey. I see what you're saying, but unfortunately, we haven't had drows here in hundreds of years. They were driven out by the dwarves and the elves of the north and the south. So
I know my family was part of that. Being a dwarf myself, I do know my history.
yes, so the odds of us having a drow here would be, let me say, nil.
Oh no, not now. I meant like an actual elf, like similar to you, but already dead and skinned and pretty to put on my shoulders.
Jesus.
So, if you don't have it, then you don't have it.
She looks at you and her eyebrow just kind of raises up. And she's like, what?
She's got dark.
This is... She looks around again, makes sure no one's listening. She goes, I know what you're saying, but if you were happy to wait, I could accommodate these needs. What do you think?
Sorry, you broke up a little bit on my end. Sorry, what was that?
She goes, I think I understand where you're coming from. And she keeps looking around as she says it. But if you, I don't have anything on hand, but if you were willing to wait, money does buy anything in this town.
Well, I am on a bit of a tight schedule. I have about a half an hour to kill. Potentially.
So you only have half an hour. That is not enough time. I'm thinking more, I'd need at least a couple of days. I mean, getting something like that isn't exactly the easiest thing to do, and to try and do it without getting seen or caught, not going to happen in half an hour.
Well, I could come back. I could come back in a couple of days. Do you have any elk? I know that the elves love the elk. You know, they ride them around quite a lot, and it'll be a sign of power.
Go have a look. Let me see. She walks back into the room, starts digging around again. 5-10 minutes later, she comes out. I don't have any elk. Unfortunately, the only one I have prepared at this moment is this King of Feathers coat. As she's holding the rainbow.
Well, sadly, I might wait a couple of days and return for my investment.
That is more than fine. Now, something of this nature, as I was explaining, and she wraps the coat up, or the shawl, wraps it up, puts it on the bench. Something of this nature, you would be looking at around the 50 to 60 gold pieces. Now, that's if we're talking about a dirty elf. If you were liking something a little bit more clean, a little bit more upmarket, something like that would be fetching you around the 220 gold pieces. They aren't.
And as she's talking, I'm just counting out all of my gold pieces. Is 220? It was.
As you're counting out, her eyes are just slowly getting bigger and bigger. Like, oh yes, 220.
What I'll do is I'll give you 100 now, and then when the payment is done and I have the item and I can determine its value, I'll happily pay the rest. But if the value is not the best, price will change.
Yes. We can make this happen. So you would like something of the male or female
high quality Elvish leather to go around.
Leather.
Regardless, if they're all together, they're all the same. There's no real difference.
Okay. We can make this happen. That's not a problem. Well, look, I'll require 100 gold deposit. But if you're happy to do this, I'm happy to get started on this. And if you can give me 48 hours, we will have something fantastic for you.
And just before she finishes saying 48 hours, I just throw 100 gold in like a small little bag and go,
she's like,
I will see you in 48 hours.
Oh, most definitely. We'll see you then too. And she walks behind the counter and starts putting it away.
As I'm walking out, and I turn to her and go, before I leave,
yes?
never ever offer me those feathers again, or I will use you as the coat. Okay?
Oh, really? Yes, I'd like to see you try. And she's just smiling through her teeth as you leave.
Thank you.
Bye. Then as you
walk out. The battle with Karens.
I place a card on the stack. Aha, I win!
I don't get it. You said you won every time. I have the same cards as you did.
Yeah, but that's how the game works.
This is bizarre. I hate this game. Now flip it up.
Okay.
Tribal, how'd you go? How was she?
Yeah, I'm going to get a custom-made coat in 48 hours.
Oh, okay. So we'll come back later. Fair enough.
Let's go to this party.
Let's go fucking drink.
as you guys start walking up towards the hill, you get about 100 feet up the road, and then all of a sudden you see another gold envelope floating towards you, and it's almost like it's coming straight at you from where you were looking to be walking to. This one here comes and hits Purder right in the face.
I think I got a paper cut in my nose.
Yeah, that was going for my metallic penis, and I dodged it. Then you caught it with your face.
That here, read this, and I just like hold it out to like anyone who takes it while I'm grimacing in pain.
This one here, once again, looks pretty much exactly the same as the other one. Nice gold paper, silver writing. This one here, it says, "We request," but the request has been crossed out, and it says, "Require the honour of your presence at the Ivy Manor today at 4 p.m." And it's circled in bold red. Drinks and cannabis will be provided. Please hurry up. The "Be punctual" has been crossed out.
This
Lady
chick's
Septima
getting
Harpel.
impatient. I swear we're still early anyway.
You gather by the time that Tribor has been in there speaking with the dressmaker, and by the time you've walked over there and whatnot, it's probably been about half an hour to 45 minutes nearly. So it'd be closer to the 3:45.
Yeah, so plenty of time.
All right, we better get a move on, guys.
I'm still gonna walk. I'm not gonna break a sweat for this person. Not that I can
Quicker,
sweat.
I think.
Weird.
Okay.
I don't know if I do sweat.
All right. So as you guys walk up towards Ivy Manor, once you get there, you notice that this manor is set amongst all the houses, but it's slightly higher than the rest of them. Not only just in size, but in physical, like geological height. So it's actually sat on like a bit more of a hill. As you walk up to the gates, big iron gates, there's two guards there, and they go, what are you guys here for?
Show him the first letter.
Grabs a letter out of your hand. Oh, you're here to see Lady Septima Harpel. Yes.
Tribal, are all humans this slow at reading? I'm yet to learn.
They look at you and
Pretty much, yeah.
open the door, and they point, "Please head up to the front door. Jasper will meet you there."
Did he seem insulted? I'm still learning this human's range of emotion. And start walking up.
Okay. As you guys walk up to the main door, you come up to these large, would be about 10 to 12 foot tall doors. Two of them at about 5 foot wide each. So you come up, as you get to there, you see a large face that looks like it's in the shape of a Warforged helmet, with a big ring leading through what would be the nose and dangling there, large iron ring.
So it looks like a Warforged face with a ring through it.
Where the nose would be.
Is this normal, guys? Like, this is bizarre. Like, why would someone use a head that looks like me? Not exactly me, but you know. This is weird, right? This isn't normal.
I don't know, probably some kind of fancy architecture thing. I don't know.
Yeah, there's one on each door.
Us a dwarf. He should know. She should know.
I hold up
Hey,
Fredor
that
so he
could
can...
potentially could be your father.
No, I don't. It's that's weird. I don't know if it's like an honor thing or anyway. I think I'm overthinking it. Just start banging on the door.
Okay, so as you go to bang on the door, they both open just before you bang on it. You go to like, and whoa, and they just open up in front of you. And before you is a short, stumpy dwarf, quite a long beard, almost goes down to the bottom of his gut. And he looks at you. He's got a nice black suit on, more like with bow tie. He's got the white gloves, and he just got there with his arms crossed in his hands. And he goes, "Yes, well, hello. How are you going today?"
Yeah, not too bad.
You guys know each other?
I
Same.
have never seen any of you before. I take it you are here for...
This is a formal greeting.
Oh,
I take it you're here to see Lady Septima?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Follow me. Follow me. May I have your names?
I'm Merrick.
Merrick. Yes. Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm
Damaris.
You're who? Roberta.
Perda.
Perda. Oh, my apologies, sir.
You should be
Perda.
sorry.
Damaris. I'm Damaris.
Damaris. Fantastic. Nice to meet you. And
And,
what would your name be,
Yeah.
miss? You.
and my name is Tribal.
Tribor. Tribor. That is a beautiful name for a beautiful woman. Yes.
You're
I'm
doing your
sorry.
best,
Excuse
mate.
me. Excuse me. And he pulls out a whip and then, I'm so sorry. He slaps himself on the back and then puts it back into his pocket.
Why are you blushing?
Mine. Don't mind me. Okay. I'm sorry. Let's go. We need to head
Why'd you whip yourself?
this. Jasper did a bad thing, so Jasper shouldn't get this.
Yes, Jasper, keep it in your pants, mate.
So yes,
We're
Jasper.
here on business.
I apologize. I will lead you straight to the chambers in the sitting room. So if you would like to follow me, we will head there right now.
You walk in front.
No problem, sir. Turns around, starts walking, takes 2 steps, turns back to make sure you guys are following,
Yep.
We're
Hey,
following.
eyes forward.
and then continues walking. He starts leading you down the hallways, through some twists and some turns. You're sort of leading towards the back room of the back corner of the house. What would be the northeast corner of the house? As you get into there, you're into, it's not a small room, but it's probably 20 feet by 20 feet, so probably a medium-sized room for this style of house. Couple of couches along a wall. Then you have a nice fireplace which has a dull roar, so a little fire going on in there. A nice desk, and then a couple of bookshelves. Most of the room is quite dark, but there is a dull light coming from the fireplace. He ushers you. Please, take a seat on the couches over there, and Lady Septima will be there with you very soon.
All right, thank you.
He backs
Interesting.
out of the room.
I just walk up to the bookshelf and just start looking at the books.
Yep.
Anything of interest?
Nothing really, just a whole bunch of archaeological books, how to find certain sites, what they should be looking for. There are a few things on alien technology. There's a few things on Cardan architecture. You do find a couple of books that have the Iron Hammers and their history, and also the True Order and their history just sitting there.
I'll just flip through that alien technology one, just sort of like, what the fuck's this shit?
No worries.
Just start reading it.
As the other 3 of you walk in, you do notice in between the 2 couches there is a small sitting table or a coffee table, and there is a bunch of grapes and berries. There's some small meats on there, some cheeses, some bottles of wine, and quite a few glasses.
I'm gonna walk straight up and I'm gonna start like shoveling it in my mouth and then shoveling it into my pockets as well. Just
As
like fruit in my mouth and then the meat. I'm like, yeah, this will be fine, and I just start putting it in my pocket.
Cured mates.
as
At
you
last.
start shoveling into this, you taste it, and it is unlike anything you've had in a long time. This is It is really exquisite. The grapes just explode in your
What?
mouth with bursts of flavor.
Hmm.
The meat has a nice saltiness to it and just rips off like in a very fibrous sort of way. And the wine is just divine.
I pick up one of the mates. I just kind of hold it looking in my hand. Hey guys, where do you reckon this goes when I eat it? Nothing
I don't
comes
know.
out.
Eat it and find out.
No, but I've eaten stuff before and like nothing kind of happens.
Do
Do
you
it
have like the stomach, the intestines,
don't
like the
know.
whole shit that we've got? I don't know how you're made.
Neither do I. This is the weird part. No one's
Eat
told
it.
me
Well,
this.
Can we
Just
open
try.
you up and have a look?
I don't know. Can
Do you
you?
open it?
Like lift like my scale mail apart. Like, is
Does
there
it look
bits?
like
so
he
you
has
can-
a hinge? Does it look like he could be opened?
Am
I
I
don't know.
openable? Do I have
was
like
gonna-
hex nuts and bolts that
I
tie
was
me all
gonna,
together?
I was gonna pull out a dagger, like swing it around my finger, and then just like try and pry bits off.
No, I don't want you to break me, but weird.
That doesn't look like you open up. Maybe just eat the food and find out.
Okay. I eat a piece of meat. Yeah, I guess it tastes. I'm being told it tastes nice. I don't know if I think it tastes nice or
Like, does it leave your mouth?
I can swallow it.
So it goes somewhere.
It goes somewhere, but doesn't. Nothing comes out. I've eaten food before, just to be normal like everyone else. Like just to kind of seem, because you get weird looks, right? When you go
food
when
inside of you.
surely it just like burns away, or I don't know. Is there a
know.
refinery in
Try-
there?
Try eating lots and see what happens. Usually I get gassy.
Is that a challenge? A competition?
Yeah, do it.
Game
go.
on.
Challenge
Start gorging. See who wins.
I put the alien technology book back and pull out the one on like finding archaeological sites and just start looking at that one.
Yep.
Tribal, did you work for this?
As you're eating,
No,
you-
I'm ultimate.
it's okay. As you're eating, you notice that you're eating the food. It's going in, but it's not giving you any kind of satisfaction. It's just literally you're putting things in your mouth. It's entering your chest cavity, and nothing else is happening.
I'm doing this to win. Here to win.
Okay. What is everyone's passive perception?
12.
21,
15.
So
21.
21.
Jesus.
Okay, so as you're flicking through the book, as Marek and Perda are having a bit of an eating competition, and Tribal, you're just sitting on the couch at the moment. Okay, so as you're doing that, Damaris, you're flicking through the archaeological book, and you notice the flame in the fireplace start to get brighter, and then from the corner of so the flame is to your right. Excuse me. From the corner of your left eye, you notice where the desk was, there is a large chair, and it starts to spin around. From that chair, turns around, is a quite beautiful looking lady, and she's quite mature. She has quite a gaze, like she's just staring into the souls of you people as you are going on your business.
I just closed the book, put it back on the shelf. Lady, Septima, I believe.
Huh? Like turn around with half a bit of meat hanging out my face.
Yes,
When did you get here?
I've been here the whole time. I just find it quite intriguing, just seeing all the little intricacies that you people seem to do.
I put some of the meat back.
I just like
be my guest.
half-
Enjoy it.
Well,
half still shoveling food in. I'm like, I'm rude. I'm rude.
I'm sure it's good. I wouldn't say I'm enjoying. I don't
Well
enjoy
done.
food in general.
Well, the way you were putting it away, you
I was only to beat him.
Competition between
Yeah.
comrades. Yes, it is a bit of
But a healthy competition's good for everyone, right?
definitely nothing wrong with that. It helps build good bonds, it helps build good friendship, and helps to find out who is the more dominative person.
Dominative? Sure.
Yes.
That's- I'm Marek.
Ah, yes. Sorry, I didn't introduce myself. I am Lady Septima Harpel. I am the owner of this fine manor here, and I am the reason you four beautiful people are here. Now, first
Quite
of all,
insistent.
I have matters that need to be organised as soon as possible, so I'd appreciate if you can all have a seat now, and we'll run over a few things. As she stands up
Alright
and
then.
points to the two couches and
I make
insists.
my way, I sit down, and I get some wine in the glass.
Yes. Please help yourself to some refreshments while you're listening. You you will need them.
Fill up a
Okay.
glass, and I go to over to Damaris, and I just go give him the glass. Go hold this for me for a second. I pass him the
okay.
glass, and while he's holding, I clamber up onto the couch because it's a little bit too tall for me. Thanks, and I take the glass off him.
Anytime.
Okay, so I will get to business immediately. You may not be aware, but I am a great. Sorry, man, fucking voice is not coming out right. You may not be aware,
But
but I am a great proponent of the natural sciences, especially geography. With the aid of a magical scope, I am making an exhaustive study of the northwest of us and creating the most detailed topographical map of this region that has ever been devised. It's going to make me famous. Yesterday, during my survey, I found out something quite extraordinary. A few miles to the northwest of us here, up in the Carden Mountains, there's a little pair of mountains there called the Lost Peaks. So they lie at the head inside between us and the next city up ahead, Westhold Port. Now, it was there that I saw it. There was this enormous tower. It was made of iron, leaning over almost as if it was about to fall. I don't know how it was still standing. The craftsmanship, it's unlike anything I've ever seen before. Furthermore, it is so old that my heart freezes within my breast if I dare think about it for too long. I've never seen anything like this. So,
All right.
if you dare, if you will, my mission for you, I need you to travel to this tower. I need you to investigate it as thoroughly as you can and return to me with a report and just let me know what is happening there. I will happily
All
pay
right.
you all 1,000 gold pieces each. Okay, for your service and for what I'm asking, that is quite a fair
How
compensation.
far is it from here?
From here,
Exactly.
look, you can go straight through the mountains, but it is quite treacherous. Um, if you guys are adept at it, I mean, you could probably get there in a day's worth of travel.
Do you have horses?
I'm happy to give you a couple of horses and a cart. Now, they will only help get you from the city to the footholds of the mountain. Um, but that is probably going
Better
to be
than
the
nothing.
easiest way to get you there.
What about what we find in the tower? Are we allowed to keep what we find?
Well, I would prefer, as you can see, I am, or as you may have heard, I am quite the collector of these strange artifacts, and I would prefer if anything that you do find, you do give to me, and for each individual item, if the value is there, I will happily pay you upwards of another 250 gold per item.
Right.
Okay. What are you expecting us to find?
I have no idea. But if you do find anything rare, distinguished, uh, anything out of the ordinary, just bring it back to me. Let me know, show me, and if I like it, I will put it in my museum and I will pay you for it.
Why us?
Because I heard of the mission that you guys did with the white boar, and no one's even been able to get close to that before.
First off, it was a rhino. So
It's
whoever's telling your
pretty tough to
facts,
find.
Well, I mean, a white rhino, a white boar, they're both as exclusive as each other. And if you could find them, you can easily find what's up in this mountain for me. I'd go up there myself, but it's just me and Biruk down here, and we're really... I can't go up there. I can't get that far on my own. But this is why I have the money, and this is why I pay other people to do it for me.
have you requested any other people to go up? Are we expecting competition?
No, I haven't requested anyone else before.
Insight check.
Roll me an insight check.
Yay. Ah, shit. 6.
Okay, from what you can tell, she has never requested. You're the first bunch of people to do anything.
I'm not very good at reading people.
It is a bit of a trip. I know you said you have a lot of money. Will we get a forward payment for travel and expenses and food? You know, we don't want to get there on an empty stomach.
You can have all the food you want while you're here. I will give you some of these lovely drinks that you can take with you that will help you if you get into a little bit of a pinch. But other
You wouldn't
than
happen
that,
to have any items that we could use that might aid us?
I most definitely would. But they would come out of your cut.
It depends.
What if we
items
return
have.
them?
Well, are you going to give me a deposit? How do I know you're just not going to take them and run?
Well,
Oh, you found us pretty easy before. Can't you just find us again?
I can, but
And also,
I prefer not
they
to make
would be
messes.
damaged goods as well. They
Well,
would be damaged goods. So
this is the problem. The things that I have here, they are unique. They are rare. They are not to be touched. If can handle. I'd
So
prefer
then
if you
why give
didn't.
them out?
Well, I'm not. I just said I have things here that you could have, but you're not.
It doesn't sound like you're willing to part with them, so
Yeah, well, look, I'm trying to be nice about it. You can't have them.
it sounds like
I'm
you're just
paying
showing off
you.
now.
Well, if the shoe fits.
you saw the front door, yes? Just
Yeah,
showing off,
why?
definitely.
That's another question. Why do you have a Warforged head as your door knocker? That was weird.
Ah, yes, yes. You like those? They
I
are.
wouldn't say like.
They are. I got those from a continent called Eberron. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard some things.
You've heard some
Vaguely
things.
in passing.
Yes, yes.
Never heard of it.
Well, I mean, I won't go into too much detail because I actually don't know. But there was this great war that happened there, and it divided cities, and there was so much destruction. And when I was there, I found these two Warforged heads, and they were just sitting there, just sitting next to a rock. I dusted them off, and they were in beautiful condition. I just looked at them, and I'm like, I need to have them. I need to have them in my collection.
What was
So I
her
grabbed
race?
them.
Sorry,
She's Elven.
Elven. I think when I find two Elven skulls in the ground, I might anoint them to my door and put a hook through them myself. Follow your lead. If it seems what if people normally do.
I'd have no problem with that if they're
how
already
do you
dead.
know? How do you know if this was bad intent? Maybe they were a gift to her, maybe for assisting people and everyone. Who knows?
She
You're
said
just
she found
assuming
them
a
on
lot
the
from a man
ground.
who, yeah, but even so,
It's very
you're assuming a
jarring.
lot for a man that's only born yesterday.
It's very jarring to see your own people's head mounted on a door with a hook through it.
Trust me, you get used to it. I've seen enough human skulls spiked on sticks and just used as deterrents.
Oh, so you're saying this is a common occurrence?
You're desensitized to it.
Huh.
It is
Gen-
most
Generally, those that
definitely.
happen
Not
to
a good
very bad
occurrence,
people.
but a common one nonetheless.
Lady Septima, do you have any elven skulls I can purchase?
Elven skulls. I do have a drow skull, actually.
Not interested.
Oh, they are okay. That is fine. That is fine. But they are very similar in features. I don't know if you would be able to tell the difference.
Probably not. But it's the principle of the matter.
Ah, well then let me rephrase. Yes, I happen to have one elven skull here.
Well, I was not born. Wait, I can't say that.
Okay. Well, look, if there's no other questions, I will give you some of these potions here. And she
Yeah, they come in handy.
grabs to her desk and grabs 4 greater healing potions.
As she's
these.
grabbing them out of the desk, can I see if there's anything else? Have a quick look, see if there's anything else in that desk that she's
So
deliberately keeping from us.
from where you're standing,
can I
you're
not?
looking at what would be not the
Well, I
front
was
of the
looking
desk.
at the books, but I've turned to her now that she's. Oh wait, no, I sat down.
You're all sitting down, yeah. So
Yeah.
you can look up, but what you're seeing is just the front of the desk.
Yeah.
So she's now walked behind the desk to where her chair back was again, and she's opened a couple of drawers. You can see her just open them from her left-hand side, and she's pulled
That's right, I
out
forgot I
4
was sitting
greater
down.
potions.
I forgot I was sitting
Greater
down.
potions.
And she hands you all one, and she goes, "Look, I don't have to give you these, but you never know. Anything could happen, so please take them."
We thank you for your generosity, Lady Hopel.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so what I will do, Biruk, can you come in here, please? And as you waiting, you see these clambering down the stairs, and then you see a half orc man walk in, rather tall. He's probably around sort of the tall for a dwarven town. So he's sitting at around the 5'8". Now this guy walks in, grey hair, with streaks of blue through it, and slightly greyed greenish skin. But
Oh, holy shit, you're tall.
he's a lot less orcish. He's more human-esque, but he has the greenish grey skin. Then you just see these two little teeth just popping out through the bottom. Hello. Yes. My name is Biduk. How can I be of service, my lady? Baruch, I'm going to send these fine adventurers here. We're going to send them up to the Lost Peaks, up in the Carden Mountains, and they're going to go have a look at that weird iron tower for me. Oh, that would be fantastic. Do you guys know where you're going? As he looks
that
to the
way.
north.
Port.
Look,
point
any help
northwest to
would
the mountain.
be welcome.
Okay. Lady Septima, would you like me to accompany them, and I can show them exactly where it was? This is the Iron Tower that we saw not only 2 weeks ago, yes? Yes, that is the one, actually. Yeah, up just to the north west of here. Yes, I do remember that one. That was some... Yes. Okay, when would you guys like to leave? Do you want
Now?
to have a sleep? Do you want to head out now? I mean, I suppose it's only 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so if you guys have eaten your fill, I'm more than happy. Maybe we can get to the foot of the mountains,
Make
a little bit up there, and yeah, I know a nice little camp spot about halfway up that we can get to, and I reckon we could reach it. We'd have to travel a couple of hours into the night, but we could definitely reach into there.
Do we have anything that we need to worry about at night? Is there dangers near the mountains?
Oh, I mean, you could roll out of your bed and fall and die, but I mean, no one does that. You just got to strap yourself in, and it's quite easy. Yes.
Is there any airship transportation around here?
Airships. I can't say we have any around here. They're generally reserved down at the Elven capital, to the south. They generally control most of that. We do have some boats, but I suppose that's not really going to help us where we're going.
Well, why suggest it, man?
Well,
Orc man.
why'd you suggest an airship?
Well, I thought an
they're in the
airship could
south.
get us closer, and we could trade the horses or something.
Yes, no. Lady Septima has offered some horses up, and we can take the horses, and we'll get there in no time. I mean, you afraid of climbing a little bit?
Oh, I just want to save my oil for other things.
Well, I mean, look, if you want some more oil, I can give you some more oil. I mean, there's no problem at all. We have plenty of parts around here.
Pass.
Look, let's just get going.
Very well.
We're wasting time.
Lady Septima, we shall see you in probably no more than 3 days. Yes, beautiful. 3 days would be fantastic, and stay safe out there. And Baruch, she just looks at him, and they both nod at each other, and then they head out. Baruch then leads you out to the stables next to the manor, where he gets 2 beautiful black horses, black fur, looks like midnight, and a very, very nice carriage. And then he looks at that one, he goes, we're not taking those. Looks over to the left, and there's these 2 scraggly horses, all like missing clumps of hair. Sort of reminds me of that dog from Simpsons, where he comes in, he's got all like the from American Dad, sorry. Comes in, he's all like...
Should be Futurama.
No, American Dad. When he gets the dog for Steve.
Yeah, and it's all like scruffy.
Correct.
Yeah,
looks like those
diseased.
2, and then the cart behind it's just a 2-wheel wooden cart, enough space for 5 people.
You're joking, right?
Well, Lady
They
Septima wouldn't
barely
let
look
us...
like they can walk out of the stables.
You'll be surprised. These Carden mares, they are fantastic. They will get us all the way there. Don't you worry about that.
What was his name again? The
Baruch.
Enviant.
Baruch. He didn't hear his last name, but it's a Baruch Nightbolt.
They look a little bit like food for animals out in the wilderness more than anything else.
Don't you worry about these 2, and he slaps them on the back. These 2 babies will get you up there, no worries at all.
Alright, well, better than nothing.
Let's go.
As I'm looking at Baruch, only Baruch would have seen this, but for just a brief second, my eyes flashed yellow and almost like changed slightly, but it's just for a very brief second. As I mentioned, that they looked like food.
Oh.
He looks at you and he goes, we won't be eating them. Did you not have enough food just before?
Did you not hear me? I said for the animals out in the wilderness.
They're not going to be food for the animals. They will. All right, I'm going to hop on. You guys coming or not? And he climbs up into
Yeah.
the front of the carriage, sits there. There's a single
Cool.
seat, and there's what looks like 2 bench seats in the back of it, enough to hold 4,
I'll
maybe
sit up
6
front
if you were
next to
lucky.
Baruch.
Over here in the back.
Going to be a little squishy here, Damaris.
Get used to it.
He
You and
literally,
me, we're buddies.
he sits there. This seat is probably like a 1.5 seat. Like imagine one of those, big fat boys you get from Harvey Norman. He's like sort of sitting on that, and you're sort of squashing in. He's like, all right.
Yep.
And as he does that, he
Let's
sort
go
of puts
for
his arm around your shoulder, and then grabs the other
Mhm.
side of the reins. And you guys ready to go?
Yep.
I
Ah!
walk up to
I'm
the back
around
and lob all my shit in before I climb in because
I give him a boost up.
Thanks.
So as you
T-Man.
guys hop in, he goes, all right, let's go. He goes, yeah.
Um,
And you see the 2 horses, and they sort of gallop up on 2 feet, and they drop back down, and then they start pulling away slowly.
as we set on our journeys,
Mhm.
I want to get a chance to talk to Baruch for a minute or two
Okay.
as we're going. Baruch, do you normally set out with the adventurers that Miss Harpel hires?
I do, yes. Usually, me and Lady Septima will go out and explore and find these amazing sights, and then we will go and hire some people, and they will go explore them for us.
Yeah, but do you go with the adventurers? Yeah.
I go with the adventurers, yes.
In case we like get into trouble or anything, like, do you have a way of contacting Miss Harpel quickly so someone can come to our aid or something like that?
As he's sort of just climbing down, he goes, well, usually we just ride back and let her know, but, yeah.
But,
That's
like,
why
if
she
you-
pays us so well.
But like, if you're like in extreme danger or something like that, and you need help like straight away, do you have like a form of communication with her or something like that that can help?
Let me have a look. Well, she does give me this, and he pulls out a gold envelope with what looks like 2 printed wings on it, like so it's all flat, 2 printed wings on it. She does give me one of these, but I can't say I've ever had to use it before.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Have you had anything bad happen on these adventures? Like when you've set adventurers out before?
I definitely haven't had anything bad happen to me. No.
Insight. My eyes narrow for a 4.
All right.
Can't read
It
humans, man.
sounds
I can't read
exactly
'em.
right. He's just saying like, no, nothing's ever happened. You're just like, yeah, this guy must like have such amazing adventures. That's pretty much what you're thinking.
I sit there sort of skeptical of what he said.
Yeah,
But
he's just
not-
sitting there, still.
Just like I've got my arm. He's got his arm around me, and I've got my arm around his shoulder.
Guys,
We're like real chummy.
all right.
In the group, what sort of weapons do I see everyone holding?
You don't see mine. Mine are covered by my robe.
I've got a halberd that's like 3 times as tall as I am.
Nice.
Well, half of them with a fucking halberd, like.
Guys, I've been tinkering with a new infusion. Does anyone want some extra magical damage on their weapons? Who's going to be in front? Like, who's going to lead charge here and want some extra help?
Yeah, I could do with some help.
Pass me your
Well,
accent.
wouldn't that be you? You're a tall man.
No, I'm like semi-front. I'm not like I'm sort of in the thick of it.
Yeah, here you go, and I pass over my halberd.
So for the
All
next,
right, watch your heads.
so for the next little bit, I kind of like tinker with it. You see me kind of like tapping away at it, and you see like a glow starting to come out of my kit. Let me just tick it off. And as I pass it back to you, this this weapon now has a +2 to all attacks and damage rolls with it.
Enhanced
Nice.
weapon.
Plus
And-
2, did you say?
Yeah, +2 to attacks
hit?
and damage.
Plus 2 to hit and plus 2 to damage. Cool.
That
This is
that should help.
Pretty cool.
I saw you were missing a bit with that right rhino, so I thought this might help.
Looks the same.
Wow. It
cool.
looks can be deceiving.
I'll give it a shot. See how it goes.
It's not magical. It doesn't do magical attack. Sorry, it doesn't count
just
now as a
a-
magical weapon. It's just
It's
got
just
a
an
bonus to
enhanced
it.
weapon, isn't it?
Yep,
Yeah.
essentially, yeah.
Okay. That's pretty handy.
That's all my questions. Anything else?
Okay. So you continue riding. You're riding through some nice lush grassland. You can see the mountains in front of you. They look quite small at the moment. But as the hours go by, 1, 2, 3, they get bigger and bigger and bigger. 4, 5. They start to get extremely large. And when you get within a couple of miles of them, it almost looks like they're breaking through the clouds. You almost can't see the tips of them. Guys, up ahead over here. This is the Carden Mountains up here. So we're gonna have to get up here. Probably looking at another hour's trip, and then we can start making camp. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Ha! And he sort of ushers the horses along. They all the way. Give it another half an hour, and you make it up to what happens to be the base of the mountains. And he goes, "All right, guys, we're gonna have to leave the horses here and tie them up, and then we're gonna go up this way. You ready? You got your hiking boots on?"
All right, Betsy.
I was
been
born
a
in the
fun
mountains.
Time.
I'm ready to
Tap
go.
the horse on the butt.
All right. Now I'm gonna need you guys to grab one of those bags each. All right. So he goes
Alright.
goes to the back of it, underneath the back of the tray, so where the wagon is. He slides out this big long drawer, and there is 5 bags. So 5 long bags, probably about half a meter long, 20, 30 centimeters wide, and circular.
I open the first bag and look inside.
What's in the
You look
bags?
inside, you see plastic, you see metal hooks, and you see rope.
What's the
Is this
plastic for?
Where did you think we were gonna sleep?
Out
On-
in the
on a
cold.
bedroll?
Yeah, we do have like tents and bedrolls. We have ventured before.
Ah, yes. I remember these tents and bedrolls you guys speak about. Have you ever tried setting those up on a mountain?
Yep.
No.
It's quite difficult, actually.
Not
Exactly.
easy.
Not quite easy when
Ooh.
you're doing it on a mountain like this.
So what? You just lay down. I lay down and I put the tarp over, like just the plastic directly over me. Is this how you do it on a mountain? Is this what you guys do?
He shakes his head.
Yeah, this is what we do. And I quickly grab the pegs and start putting them into the ground, like if the ground's soft, to just like pin him down.
All right.
Just I'm gonna try to just like push him in by foot, like not like put a lot of effort into it.
Oh yeah, perfect. Look, you
Just
can't
fun.
roll off the mountain as you guys were saying. This is great.
That is
it's safe.
similar to what we should be doing.
Stuck on anywhere.
We haven't got much light. I'll quickly show you. Pulls out one of the mats. It's a big square tarp, probably 5 by 10 foot. Pulls it out. He gets the poles, grabs these poles, links them all together. It then turns into like what looks like a semi-frame for this tarp. He then puts the tarp over it, and then he gets the rope. And guys, see, now we got to get this rope, and we got to tie it on here. And then at the base here, we hook this with these pegs here. We hook it into the side of the mountain, and then we get the rope. We hang it up here, and then we tap that into the side of the mountain too. All right. Then you can lay on it. Now you get the last bit of rope here, and you need to wrap it around yourself and the frame. Now that's going to stop you from rolling out of the bed to your death.
Makes sense.
Well, it looks much better than laying on the ground and being pegged into the
Sense.
ground.
It most definitely is. And he quickly folds it back up. Takes him a couple minutes. All right, now we're gonna have to go, guys. The sun here's starting to set, and Yeah, it
All right,
gets wild out
lead
here.
the way.
All right.
All
You
right,
know where we're going?
I do, and he pulls out a compass. Yep, this way, right here. And he points up to the mountain. You guys start climbing. All right, so you start climbing for probably half an hour to 45 minutes because you all aren't quite adept at this sort of rock climbing. Tribor, you seem to do quite well at it.
Yep.
Perder, you're a bit average for a dwarf. You're not doing that great. Marek,
Ring.
you're still
Half
trying to
ring.
struggle how to figure out how to do it, but the more you watch Tribor, the better you get at it. And Damaris, you seem to be quite well at knowing what you're doing here. All right, so as you go to climb up, he goes, "All right, guys, this is where we're going to set up camp. Okay, get your stuff out and let's start going." And you're on a somewhat flat area, so he goes, "Oh, you got lucky here. We don't have to strap it in too much, but make sure you peg your mat into the ground and tie yourself to the mat, because if you roll just a couple of feet that way, you're going all the way down."
Understood.
All right, so I'd like everyone to give me a survival check to see how well you tie yourself in.
Well, it's
20.
been fun, guys.
Is that 20 from you?
20.
Yep.
20, yeah.
18.
Good.
18.
Good.
Oof.
12.
Perder. Okay, that's all right. You just
good.
make the DC, so that's fine. All right, you guys strap it in. Perder, as you're going to hit the studs in, you're like, you think they're in right? You should be okay. Everyone else, you hit it in, goes in perfectly. You wrap yourselves in. All right, Biruk starts going out. All right, guys, wrap yourself in. Strap up. We're going to have a sleep. We're going to get up bright and early, all right? As soon as that
Did he
call...
say strap up or strap on?
Strap up. Strap
Okay.
yourself in. All right. In the morning, we're going to have a long walk ahead of us, and we need to get up into this iron tower and see what we can find, all right?
All right.
Good night, guys. Sort of straps himself, ties it up, and starts going to sleep. Is there anything you guys want to do
I have a
before you sleep?
question.
Yes?
I have a question. Should one of us be keeping watch? Just a thought.
Did you see how hard it was for us to get up here?
Yeah, but like lions and shit.
He makes a
Wolves.
good point.
Are there any,
Yeah,
are
yeah.
there any
Wolves are around here.
aerial
Are there
creatures
wolves
in
around
the
here?
area?
There are
Like
no
eagles and
lions
shit?
around here.
What
And
about
if you-
wolves?
Not up this high in the mountains. And if
What
you
about witches?
if you
How about
look at your plastic sheet, look at the color of that and look at the color of the ground. As
Look,
you
you
look at
gotta
them, you notice
sleep.
they're exactly the same.
Brooke, you go to sleep and we'll sort ourselves out. I'll take the first 2, and then I need to be inactive for the next 6, and then you guys can sort yourself out. How about that?
I'm good with that.
Done.
Whatever, guys.
All right.
He straps up.
I'm just gonna stare at the moon for a little bit before I go back to sleep. So just like 5
Damaris-
minutes of staring at it.
Damaris, I've always wondered. Every night, you always look at the moon. What is it about it, the moon, that you like so much?
It's got so many entrancing sort of possibilities and features, and I get lost in it. It's beautiful.
Do people normally stare at the moon? Is that a normal thing?
For some people, yes.
Like,
What
what about the rest of your
Jacob.
family? Yeah.
How old's your character?
He can't actually
Mid to
remember
late
the
40s.
day he was made.
Man's mid to late 40s. I don't know. I don't watch my family when they sleep. I haven't seen them in a long time. They may.
Okay, fair enough.
Good night,
I'll-
Mark.
Night. I'll wake you up for your shift.
All right.
I've been asleep for like 15 minutes already, snoring my head off.
I'll take the first 2.
All right. Give me perception checks.
Okay.
while you're on your break?
23.
All right. So with your 23 on your break, you notice nothing.
Okay. I'll piff a little stone at Damaris. It's your turn.
My turn. All right.
And I'll
I
roll
just
to
sit
sleep.
up.
All right. Give us a
Sit up.
perception check on your turn here.
Yeah, no problem.
That was cool. That is also a 23.
Damn, good perception checks. Once again, it's quiet. You do notice a couple of. At one point, the moon goes black, and then it goes back up to white again, and then that's it. Not quite sure
Interesting.
what it was. Almost as if something passed over you, blocking your view of the moon for just a brief, like half a second, if that.
Okay. I sort of ponder that for the rest of my shift. Sort of like, wonder what the fuck that could have been.
Yep.
All right. I'll grab a stone or something and throw it over at whoever was next. Perder, I think.
Perder.
Perder.
What?
Your turn. Your shift.
All right. No worries. And I sit up. Oh, crap. All right. Watching out for lions.
All right, give us a perception check.
Oh, shit, yes. 22.
All right, 22. Okay, so as you're sitting up, you're just staring out into the distance, looking over the edge. You're like thinking, fuck, that is really far down. And then you hear a, what sounds like a roar. It's just a gentle roar. Just a roar in the background, sort of to your left.
Does it sound like it was near or really far away?
It sounds quite far away.
Fuck,
Very
I
small.
knew there were goddamn lions around here. I said it. I knew it. Said it. Fucking liar.
And that's all you hear for your shift. All right. Now what's that 3? So we should be all good now, or is it we doing? No, we're into a 4. 3.
2, 4, 6.
Do 4 if you want.
One more.
All right. Let's go. Tribor.
So I walk over. Tribal, wake up. It's your turn to watch. I'm going back to sleep. And within about 30 seconds, I'm snoring.
So, as I'm awake, I put out like a small little like a recorder, and on the mountain, I just start kind of playing along on my watch, like a soothing sound.
Is it like grade 6 recorder where everyone just hits the high notes, or is it like a nice little pan flute sort of thing?
Playing hot
Like the pan flutes. I'm playing too much Ghost of Tsushima because you guys.
Okay. My
Alright.
inactiveness sleeps a bit better for this
He plays
last 2 hours.
he plays the Proclaimers on the recorder.
Oh shit! All right. Give us a quick perception check.
Yep, too easy. Perception is 14.
14. As you're sitting there playing your recorder, you notice that your markings on your body, as you're sitting there, they sort of glow just a very faint glow to them. Okay. But as you sort of move the recorder around, as you're hitting different notes, you notice wherever you move, there's sort of a section in the shape of your hands and the recorder not glowing on your body.
Okay.
Almost
Fair enough.
as if it's blocking them some form of light from reflecting off your markings.
And then, so kind of chat along, I kind of lift up the recorder a little bit, so my full chest is showing, and playing more like an old dwarven song, which is more kind of more vocal. Does it still illuminate as much, or?
It just starts illuminating more now that you're not blocking any of that skin from. Give me an intelligence check.
18.
18. So you can quite easily tell that when you do that, you move your hand away, you look up, and in the half moon, is reflecting light, and it seems to be bouncing off your markings for some reason. You put your hand over it, it stops. You put your hands away again, and the markings show up again. It's for some reason it's illuminating those markings.
Yeah, what was our guide's name? Sorry.
Biruk.
I'm gonna go tap him and wake him up, and just be like, excuse me.
With your titties out.
What do you want?
Is there anything really magical about this mountain, or the moon itself? Because if you look, and I kind of like pull like his blanket off, like that kind of like the whole like mum at 6 a.m. get out for school thing,
Yeah.
rip it off. And does he illuminate as well, or?
He's not illuminating, but you notice that he doesn't have any markings on him.
Okay. Do you happen to know if this moon or mountain is cursed or has magical properties, or?
Not that I know of. I mean, I've heard of tales of swamp gas from Venus reflecting off surfaces and giving a bright light. But wait, why are you low? What are those markings?
My tribal tattoos.
What are they made of? How did you get them on there? What did you use for ink?
I use some special dwarven ink, that from my hometown, and I handcraft them myself.
That is, he's just staring at you, not like at your boobs, but he's just like looking at your arms and your shoulders and everything else, and he's just seeing all these like lit up markings, tribal tattoos, and he's just in amazement. He's just, I don't. Then he puts his hands over it, blocks the moonlight, and he's like, "Oh wow." We should definitely tell Lady Scepter about this. This is, I don't know what's doing this, but this is amazing. Oh my god, I've never seen this on someone before. Not up here.
Well, do you want to write in one of your special notes, or?
Yes, definitely. And he pulls out his note envelope, opens it up. It's a bit of paper. He jots in there. What was your name again? Damaris?
No, tribal.
Tribal. That's it. I should not forget that tribal tattoos. That's yeah. Tribal.
I think someone got that.
How would I get this? Glowing markings. Puts his hand over your body again and blocks it. It's definitely the moonlight.
Paint me like one of your French girls.
He said dwarven ink, so tribal. Morning tattoos, tribal inks. All right, he closes it up, and then he puts it back in his pocket. All right, I will. I'll keep notice, as you never know what might happen. Better keep that in there just in case. Look, tribal. If something happens to me, this one here, all you need to do is grab my hand and put my thumbprint over the envelope where it seals, where you would normally put the wax seal. Put my thumb over that, all right, and it will automatically get sent. You'll see it fly away and straight away to Lady Septima. Okay, thank you. Don't tell the others.
Hopefully, we don't have to do that.
No. Like I said, there's nothing bad up in this mountain. It's just go to sleep now. Okay. He goes back.
Well, I'm looking at watch. So.
Yeah, I know. I forgot about that. All right. So for the rest of your watch, nothing else happens. You do also notice slight roaring sounds in the distance. You can't tell how far away it is. It's quite quiet, but you only just sort of pick it up. Other than that, the rest of the night goes uneventful. In the morning, we all wake up, and Biruk.
Sorry.
Go on.
Sorry, is it potentially could be giants? The sound?
Give me a
Survival?
survival check.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I have favorite enemies.
Give me a survival check, and if you can get over 15, give me a animal handling check.
So not 20, so 26.
All right.
So
perfect. Yeah. All right. So give me an animal handling check.
So that's just a 6.
A 6. You know that it's not a giant, but it does sound more like an animal.
Okay, cool.
But you're not 100% sure what. Lion, wolf, tiger, dog. You're
Everything
not.
in
You're
between.
really not sure. You're really not sure. Okay, so morning comes along. It's probably one of the nicest sunrises you've ever seen because you can see the sun creeping over. Because with how high you are, you can see all the way past Carden, past Bay Accord, all the way out into the Sea of Turtles, and it's beautiful. The water, the sun's just coming out over the horizon, brings up beautiful oranges and yellows and purples as it's rising. It's surreal.
That's quite a sight, but that sun is awfully bright.
Yeah, it's like that in the morning. I mean, if we had left a little bit earlier, we might have been able to fucking beard here. If we had left a little bit earlier, we may have been able to get a little bit further, but unfortunately, we had to do some stuff. But it happens. All right, so I don't know if you guys have had some food. I just had a bit of this bread. I'm good to go. Are you guys ready? Ready to head off?
Yeah, I'm food too, and I just like run, I like just pull some of the half rotting meat out of my pocket that I stuffed in there earlier.
As you pull it out, you notice that the meat doesn't look rotten at all. It's like perfectly preserved, almost not quite a jerky, but it's quite well preserved. Probably why it tastes so salty.
Cool, it didn't go bad. Even better.
No, actually, that is some of the finest meat in card, and that stuff will last you weeks without any spoilage.
Lucky I stuffed my pockets in, ain't it?
I like your style. I like your style.
I just pulled some rations out of my bag. And...
Anyone else want some? Anyone?
I don't eat.
I'm all good, thank you.
Beautiful,
you,
beautiful. All right, well, let's continue on with our journey and let's go find this tower. I'm getting excited.
Yeah.
All right. So you spend probably the next 2 to 3 hours traversing these rocky cliffs, up steep vertical climbs, 20, 30 degrees, back down little valleys. Once you get up towards the top, he goes, "Oh, guys! All right, we're here. Can you see it?" And as you climb over onto that last little sort of mountain ledge, you climb up to the top. You all stand up and you look out in front of you, and you can see what looks like a massive valley, almost like a meteorite. Crater. Sorry, almost like a big crater. And then there is water surrounding that crater, with a bunch of trees in the middle, and then you see what looks to be this big iron or big steel. You don't know what it looks like. Looks like the Leaning Tower of Pisa that's fallen over more than what it should. Right, sticking out about 45 degrees out of the ground, and it's just sitting there. This monstrous structure. From where you are, you're probably a good mile away from it, but this thing is just huge. Guys, that's the tower. I don't know how long it's been there, but
Pretty
yeah,
hard to miss it.
that's what we need to go. But this is why most people don't know it's here. Not very many people traverse through these Carden Mountains. And if it wasn't
Why
for
not?
they don't. It's too hard. I mean, if it wasn't for me guiding you through the correct spots, you would not have found it.
Did you find an entrance last time you were here?
We did. There's a hole up towards once we get to the tower, there about 50, 100 feet. There's this the hole, and you can climb through that hole there. You guys ready? We got to climb back down this side, and then we can get into there.
Let's go.
All right, perfect.
Let's go.
All right, so you spend probably another hour just traversing back down the mountain on the other side. Once you get up, this tower just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. As you get closer and closer, you start to... Damaris, you would start to notice that there's chunks missing out of this tower. It looks like someone's gotten a piece of paper and ripped it. There's just chunks missing, left, right, and center, all around this big steel tower. As you get closer, give me an perception check. Give me a perception check, Damaris.
I got one thing that I want to do as well after his investigation.
Yep, perfect.
Nat 20.
Oh
Nat
boy.
20.
26.
All right. As you get closer to this tower, you notice that whatever metal this is made out of, it's quite shiny. It is little spots of what looks like rust and dirt and greenery sort of pouring out of these open, broken areas of this tower. And then you do notice up towards the top of the tower, there are 4 circular points, and they are just covered in green foliage. You're not quite sure what they are, but sort of big 4 circular points. Now these
Balls? Like big
like
dome sort of
like
ball thingy?
like a Malteser cut in half, but large.
Okay.
All right. Um,
Hmm.
Marek, what were you saying?
Yeah, so scouting from this position back here, can we see any obvious entry points? Cave entrances, maybe even close by?
Cave entrances.
Or even just other entry points into this massive tower?
So you
Besides the hole?
into the tower yourself, you mean?
Yeah, and if there's like maybe a cave entrance close by, like I
Okay,
don't know,
give
maybe the tower had
Give
a
me
secret entrance.
give me a perception check,
I will
please.
give you a 19.
19. Okay, as you get closer, within probably 200 feet of this tower, you do notice that there is what looks like a big gash, almost like imagine a giant dragon has just dragged its claws through the side of this tower, and it's just sort of torn open a section. You notice this gash there. It's about 50 feet above the ground. So this tower, it looks like the earth around it has started to how do I explain this? Where the tower is coming out of the ground, the earth is like covering a bottom section of it.
Molding over, pretty much.
Yeah. Almost, when a tree falls out of the ground and you can see like the earth moved?
Yeah.
Yeah, similar to that.
Yeah.
Hey guys, there's a massive hole in the building over there.
There is
Cool.
That's
Lead
all
the
I-
way.
probably easier than that hole.
Hang on.
Should we
Eric,
be-
you said there was a big hole we could get into, didn't you?
Yes, it's this one right here. Funnily enough, it's the one that Marek just pointed out.
Oh, cool.
So you
Well,
guys...
do we need to be safe right now? Like, should we be cautious?
No. It's fine. It's fine.
Wait, how do you know it's fine?
Oh, I've been here before.
In the building?
But you didn't go in?
No, outside. I haven't been inside the building.
Wait, you've been outside the building but not in it.
Correct. Me
Why
and
didn't
Lady
you get
Septima.
stuff? Why didn't you go and get stuff while you were here then?
Well, it's I'm more just a scout. I'm the guy that finds these things, and
Yeah. But you said it's not dangerous. We don't have to worry. So why don't you go in if it's not dangerous and you didn't have to worry?
Well, because that's what Lady Septima pays other people for. Lady Septima pays me to find these things, and pays everyone else to look through them.
Seems like she's double handling it if she can just send you once to get all the stuff in these non-dangerous towers.
Well, double. Some would say double handling. Others would say that she has people that do specialized jobs, and my specialized job is to find these treasures. She scouts them out. She tells me where to look. I find. I then come back, and then she gets a party of adventurers willing to willing to go and check these things out for greater fortunes.
Can I glean
That's
how
like organization to
truthful
me.
he's being in regards to the amount of adventurers that they may have?
You most certainly can. Give me give me a insight check.
I'm gonna give you
Oh.
a shining thing.
Hold on.
Where is it?
Here comes
Where
the
is it?
shining thing.
Give genius.
Flash of genius?
Yeah, thank you. That's it. Flash of genius. So you get to add a D4.
Sweet.
Oh no, you
Add
just
a
get to
D4?
add
Add
plus
4.
4. Sorry.
Yeah. So that would take me to 15.
15.
Yeah.
You're not sure exactly, from the way he was saying it to Marek, you're not sure exactly how many people have been here, but you do get an
Yeah.
inkling that people have been here before.
Okay.
Barrack, you shouldn't sell yourself short or shoehorn yourself or shoebox yourself into one category. Like, diversify your skill set. You don't want to just be the scouting guy, because what if she finds a better scouting guy? You want to have more avenues that she finds you useful for.
He looks at you and he's like, there is no better scouting guy than me. That's why I get paid what I get paid.
There's always someone better that she just hasn't found him yet. I'm just saying,
I've-
don't box yourself in.
I understand what you're saying, but
Don't be a one-trick pony.
I have been scouting for Lady Septima now for, it's probably about 10 years.
Are you the longest serving servant?
There is a reason why I'm still around. Now, I'm going to set up a camp down the bottom of this tower, and as per Lady Septima's wish, she would like you guys to go inside and find what you can. And
Well, we need a
please let us
scout.
know. I scout the location. I don't go into the location.
We need a scout for the location. Can you come?
No, this is not what I get paid for.
What if we paid you?
How much are you going to
Extra.
pay me?
I don't know, 50 gold an hour.
I got some jerky.
That doesn't even scratch a dent on what I'm getting from Lady Septima.
How much are you
Look,
getting?
I'll be the scout.
How much am I getting?
Yeah.
If I told you that, you probably wouldn't have come here.
Well, we had to. We're getting paid.
That's fair. That's fair. Let's put it
Thanks
this
for
way.
being lowballed.
Let's put it this way. Lady Septima is going to make lots and lots of money off this find if it turns out that it is what she thinks it may be. Now, that will only happen if you four fine adventurers go in there and explore for us. This is why she's paid you. This is why she's paid me to take you guys here. Now, and lady. But if you do not wish to go in there, then we will sever ties now, and you can find your own way back.
Let's head in.
We've made it this far.
That's what I
You
thought.
said you're gonna scout out Triber, sorry.
Tribor.
I might as well, since everyone's complaining about the dangerous tower.
It's not even dangerous. Like, we've only had one. Look, it's fine. Just
They've definitely had someone else. You're fucked, mate.
look. Don't tell Lady Septima that I told you this. We had another party in here. They didn't come out. Now, they weren't half the people you were. This is why we had to, find someone better. We found these people, and I mean, look, we only paid them 200 gold each. But in Carden, you get what you paid for. If you want good adventurers like yourselves, you have to pay the money for it. This is why she jumped straight to 1,000. It's as simple as that.
Let's head in, guys.
All right. I will set up camp at the base of this tower right now. And look, I'm going to give you guys 48 hours. Hopefully shouldn't take you that long to dig out the tower. But I will give it up to 48 hours. After 48 hours, I'm gone. All right, with or without you people.
What if we come out after the 48 hours?
Then you will have to find your own way back.
Will we still get the 1,000 gold if we come back with stuff?
Look, that is between you and Lady Septima. I'm sure if you end up bringing her something cool, then she's more than happy to pay. Hopefully it's not longer than 48 hours, though, because...
Why are you on a time crunch?
Well, I had to wait 48 hours last time, and I ended up leaving on my own. So, yeah, I don't want to do that again.
Let's go.
I like you guys, all right? Let's be honest here. Tribor, I mean, like, we had a thing last night. It was pretty cool. Just
Hang on, what?
Do you have a thing with Lady Septima as well? Is that why you've been around for 10 years?
I look, Lady Septima is a lovely lady. We have nothing between us, unfortunately. But anyone would be lucky to have something with her. As you guys could clearly tell when you walked in, she is. Yeah. Wow.
Compensating.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm gonna walk up to so as you guys go to walk away, I'm gonna go to Tribor. Be like, Tribor, I'm gonna sneakily pass the envelope to Tribor. You know what to do.
Quietly put it in my pocket.
Alright. I'll be waiting, guys. Then he goes and sits the little campsite out, pulls out a deck of cards and starts folding them out onto the ground.
Go into the tower.
As I walk away from him, I'm going to open up the envelope because he told me that only he can send it. And if he dies or leaves, I can't send the envelope. So I'm going to see if he's giving me a dodgy envelope.
Okay. Yeah. Open up the envelope. You look at the envelope and it looks exactly the same as the one that you were looking at last night. It's got the same printed wings on it. Same gold or white envelope with the gold trimmings. You open it up, it's got the gold paper in there. It's got everything that you heard him mumble. You didn't know exactly what he was writing, but now you know exactly what he was writing.
What was he writing?
So on there, he was saying Tribor markings. They light up with moonlight. Uses special dwarven ink plus custom materials. Very interesting.
Cool. And then I close the envelope and I put it in my back pocket, and away we go.
Yep. Okay, so would you guys like to start climbing up?
as we're out of earshot,
Yeah.
from Baruch. Hey, guys, I can make a bag of holding if we need to like stash items that we don't want to give to this uppity bitch and her weird creepy servants. Is that something we all want?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
I think that's a great idea.
All right.
I'm not fast either way.
We haven't made it as far as we have by just handing over everything we find.
Yeah, look, I don't want to give her shit that we actually want. It'll take me merely a second.
But maybe wait till we're in the tower so
Yeah.
Baruch doesn't even catch eyesight of you doing that.
Done.
And as you look back, you sort of just see Baruch just sitting there on the ground, just folding cards out, as if to be playing something like solitaire or.
Excuse me.
All right. So you guys are now gonna start making your way up to what looked like to be that torn out gash section.
Yep.
Okay. So, as you guys walk up, you notice that this iron tower is at a 45-degree angle. So, while it is quite easy to climb, as you would all know, walking up such a steep angle does require a lot of strength and a lot of energy. So, I would like everyone to make... actually, we're going to do a group... Oh, no, we'll do it immediately. I would like you to make... So, for every 50 feet, so we're going to go up 100 feet. For every 50 feet, I want you to make a athletics check each.
All right.
17.
18.
Cool.
8.
Perfect.
No, it's not. 8's not perfect. What are you talking about?
18 for me.
18. Okay. So, what do we got? Marek, Tribor, and Perder. You walk up, and it's rather easy. It's just like a walk in the park for you guys. Damaris, you probably about third up. So, what was the order in?
I'll be
Tribor
second.
I was
scouting,
first.
So Tribor was at the front. I'm going to say Perder was at the back.
I'll be third, I guess.
Yep,
Yeah.
Marek second and Damaris third. So as you notice, Perder, you happen to notice that Damaris starts to sort of slip a little bit, but you manage to catch him and sort of support him up, and you're all good.
Yeah, gotcha.
Sorry.
All right, you got to be careful, mate. It's a bit slippery up there.
Surface is a bit slippery.
Yeah, got to
Alright.
watch out.
Tribor, give me a perception check as you've been walking.
16.
16. All right. As you're
Yep.
walking up, you happen to notice that these long sheets of iron. Excuse me.
Coronavirus.
I was just about to say Corona.
So
Bless
this is
you.
my right
Bless
leading.
you.
So you happen to notice that
Coronavirus.
these, as you're walking up, there's these long, thin sheets of iron that have been sort of peeled up and like torn, and you happen to notice inside there these very, very thin, almost string-like or rope-like, but not rope. It's something you haven't seen before, and there's just these long coils of probably 20 or 30 of these long, thin ropes just running up the length of this iron tower as you're walking along.
I walk up to the rope and I grab it and I try and pull it to see how sturdy it is.
Okay, as you go to pull it, you notice that it does move, but it only moves a couple of centimeters. But the whole bundle is well held together. So you can't really, you try and grab an individual one and it sort of flexes a little bit, but not a lot. But it doesn't feel like rope. It's a lot more almost plasticky.
Has anyone seen this type of design before? It's not dwarven.
Seen what? Sorry.
It's weird.
Oh, this material is slippery on my feet.
Are you
What are you
alright
looking
down
at?
there?
What are you looking at?
Rope.
And I show the group, they're kind of like would it be similar to something like, with the rock climbers? Will they have like something to pull them down and they tie themselves up?
No. It's more like a bundle of 20 to 30 long bits of plastic rope. But you have a look at some of them and then give me an investigation check. Because you're going to look into it a bit more deeper now.
12.
12. You do happen to notice a couple of teared or torn bits of this plastic, and there's long, thin strands of a metal-like object in between this plastic rope, in the
A
middle
bolt?
of this plastic rope.
Like a
What does
crossbow
the metal part look like?
So, okay, so I'm gonna visual representation. So you've got a big bundle, right? Imagine it's probably bigger than what my head is. So about 5
Yep.
foot,
Yep.
or 2.5 foot roughly, right? Half a square. Big bundle, and you've got about 20 to 30 long strands of rope, plastic solid rope. All right, now a couple of those individual strands of rope have the plastic coating ripped off them, and then inside that plastic coating, there is 20 to 30 very, very, very thin metal bits of rope. Very, very thin metal rope.
Possibly, is it grounded to the ground or can we pick it up?
It looks like it runs up the length of this tower, from as far up as you can see to as far down as you can see. You can't see
Do you
where it
reckon-
starts or ends.
Do you think this was from the last adventurers?
Could be. It could be the way of them trying to find the way back out.
Seems
It's
like a
pretty
lot of
big.
effort.
Yeah, they would have left it here.
But it's on the
Maybe
inside of
it's-
this metal. So the metal's been ripped off, and then it's on the inside of this metal. So if that metal was
Looks
still
like
on there,
it's
you
Part
wouldn't have
of-
seen it.
Looks like it's part of the structure.
Maybe it's
too.
like a support, some sort of
Yeah.
support system.
Like, when they build bridges and they get those ropes to hold the bridges
Now
up. I
these
reckon.
thin
Oh,
bits of
right.
metal on the inside are less than a mil thick, like a tenth of a mil. But there's just hundreds and hundreds of strands inside this one plastic tubing.
It's probably used to hold this structure up or something like that. Like when they make bridges and things.
If someone's
It-
good with
it looks-
history, you can give me a history check.
Oh, I do have a proficiency
No.
with history.
No, shit ass.
Oh, nat 20 or
Oh
27.
boy.
Cancel.
Okay, so
If only.
looking, you take a deeper look at this this weird rope. All right, now it is like nothing you have ever seen before. It's this rope is, look, How can I explain it?
Would it be something that I maybe stumbled across in the alien technology book I was reading? Would there be some sort of correlation in there?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot
Being
you.
if it's
Forgot you
nothing
read
I
that.
haven't seen before, then maybe it's
Yes. It springs to mind the book that you read whilst you were waiting in Lady Septimus' waiting room. You do remember some notes, and so on that book there, it was actually written by Lady Septima. Now you do notice some notes stating long, thin plastic material that, when torn open, had many thin, strong metal strands, almost as thin as someone's hair. It was very odd. I don't understand what it's used for, but it seems to run the length of the ship.
the ship. This doesn't look like a ship. I sort of like pause for a moment as I'm looking at it, sort of remembering what I'd read. Lady Septima's come across this before.
What?
I remember reading it in the notes of one of the books I read whilst we were waiting.
Okay.
She's not quite sure what it's used for, but she did make reference to it running the length of a ship. But this isn't a ship. This looks like a tower.
Maybe this is a buried ship in the mountain.
Maybe that's why she's, from what we've now gleaned from Biruk, that another party has at least come here. Maybe she knows of this ship. Maybe this is a ship, and she's trying to reclaim something. We should definitely be
It's a weird looking ship. Like,
wary of what we
where's
find.
the hull? Like, where's the
Aren't ships
mast and the
normally made out of
sails?
wood, not steel?
Maybe it actually dove into the ground, and that's why the ground's sort of coming up over it.
But what's a boat doing in a mountain?
That's
Could
my
have crashed from
thoughts.
some wall, maybe.
Look,
It's
we're
a
not
long
gonna
way
know
away
until
from
we
water.
jump
Aren't
in.
ships normally
We're
made
not
of
gonna know.
wood? Alright, let's just keep going.
Let's just. Hmm.
We could be here all
Let's
day
keep
pondering
pushing.
about this.
Hmm. Yes, let's
Okay.
keep moving. Trouble, lead on.
Very well. I just continue on.
All right, so as you continue to go, we're going to go the last 50 feet. I'd like one more round of athletic checks from everyone, please.
It's like my worst stat. Ah, good roll. 19.
16.
16.
Not good.
Oh, sorry. 17.
10.
Okay. You'd be all thankful to know that the DC was 5, so you're all good.
Huzzah.
It was if you failed it. Whoo!
35.
Yeah, I only get a +1, so it's quite possible.
All right, so you all just power up this tower. You finally make
Chip.
it to the gash, this big slash in the side of this tower. Tribor, would you like me to give? Did you want to look into this gash?
Yeah, might as well.
All right, can you give me a perception check, please?
7.
7. You look inside.
Right.
Now, when you look in, you look down and you see what looks to be. So it's quite bright in there. Now, when you look inside, you look down and you can see this shiny metallic material covering this whole floor. It looks like it would be 600 foot wide by 700 foot long. All right, and it's probably 100 to 120 feet down before you would hit that metallic floor. You then look up and you see, it's really weird. It trips you out because you see trees, but they're upside down. You see bushes and grass, but it's upside down. You
What the fuck?
see what looks like a small lake, but it's upside down,
Like on the roof?
like it's on the roof.
What trippy ass shit
And
is this?
I look up and go, does anyone know magic? Because I have very limited experience with this.
Not a clue.
No, not a lot.
Not
any,
to
really.
that degree.
I'm gonna grab
know
something
of
small
magic,
from my.
but not
I'm gonna grab
magic
something
itself.
small from my bag, like a rock or so, and I'm going to put it out over the gap and drop it and see which way it goes. If it goes up or down.
Okay, so you get the rock, you pick it up, you put your hand through the gash. So you want to put your hand through the gash, the big hole. All right, you stick your hand in the hole, and your hand almost gets this weightlessness feel to it. You let go of the rock, but it doesn't move. It stays in your hand.
It's the other way around.
I'm going to. Yeah, and then I'm going to. All right. And then I'm just going to quickly pull my hand away to see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming it will go up.
Okay. Now you quickly pull your hand away. The rock moves back a little bit with you, rolls through your hands, off your fingertips, and then shoots up towards the trees.
What the fuck?
I'm just going to go.
And then all of a sudden,
Well,
you hear a ting, 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 as the sounds like it's hit stone.
well, guess the only way it might be up. So, who's first?
You're there. Why
Yeah,
you
you're
I
in
know.
front.
Scaredy cats, and I just kind of face backwards to it, and then I'm going to jump backwards into it, and then as I jump, I'm going to try and shift my body so my feet kind of, as I get caught up, I can kind of spin my body to have legs going up. So
Okay, so you're gonna climb in, but then spin your legs. Right?
no.
Your legs
So
up.
I'm gonna have my back to the gash, right?
Yes.
And then I'm going to go jump back into it, and then as I jump back in, I'm going to try and rotate my body like a gymnastic person would do.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I kind of get caught, I'm going to try and see if I can spin my body so my legs are facing going up direction.
Gotcha. I would like an athletics check.
That is a 16.
16, perfect. You're sitting on the edge of the gash. What you're going to do, you're essentially going to do a scuba dive off the side of a boat. So you're basically
pretty much, yeah.
You're falling back, and then as you fall back, you get this weird sensation. Your legs just pick up over your head, and it's almost like the gravity is just shifted on you. It's done a 180, and you just start rocketing towards this stone slab above you. When you do that, I would like from you a athletics check with disadvantage. Sorry, acrobatics check. Acrobatics check with disadvantage, please. Because you're now falling 20 feet.
Shit.
First one's 15,
Good.
and the second one's 14.
All right. So as you fall, you manage to hit, but you hit and then you sort of do this commando roll, and it hurts. It hurts a lot. I need you to take
All the damage.
I need you to take it.
it's 11
not
points of
optional.
fall damage.
Yep.
All right. But now you appear to be. You've fallen.
Oh,
Bring out the map.
Bring out the
What was
map.
your name again?
Tribal.
I can't find you here. Oh wait,
Literally on the front page.
there it is.
Can you scroll down?
No, I got it here. Move character here. Tribal.
Nice.
There we go. So you have fallen onto a
Is it meant to be
What
black or
looks
meant
to
to
be-
be there?
what looks to be a
Zoom out.
platform.
Zoom out, you'll be able to see.
Pages
My
in.
my skin Chris is all black. Is that meant to be like that or?
Hit spacebar.
Visual effects. Go to map. You might have to. No, I got shared vision off.
Enter. I think enter centers you on your character.
No, I mean like it's gridded, like it's a black grid. Like,
Is it?
I've been
Showing up?
moved, but it's all just a black grid.
That's weird. It shows up fine on mine. Can anyone else see it?
Well, you
Nah.
haven't transported the
Well, I
rest
can see it
of
on
us
the
there.
All right.
stream, but
Okay. Does anyone else want to go in?
Yes.
We'll fix it up in a second, man.
I'll send you what it looks like.
Yeah, I'll climb in carefully and work out what's going on.
I will do a flash of brilliance before I jump in and do
Yep,
the same thing.
there we go. Now it's working.
Okay.
Hey, big boy.
All right. So
Internet
then,
slow.
as everyone comes in, I will need acrobatics checks, unless you have another way you want to climb in.
No, I'm doing a flash of brilliance before I jump. So
Yep.
I'm going to add a +4.
Perfect. Perfect.
Add 4. Yeah, it's good.
Oh.
No. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 7. So
That with the +4?
no.
Oh.
So I guess to be a +8, luckily. So 15.
Okay. So I need you do the same thing. You sort of roll back in, land, commando roll, but you will be taking some damage.
You bitch.
2d6, so that's 3 points of fall damage.
You bitch.
You got lucky. You got the lower end of the spectrum.
Seeing them like just roll in and sort of, I'm just going to try and copy them. So is it acrobatics with this? Was it
Acrobatics, yes.
with this? Or was it just straight?
So I will need, if you're going that far down, I'll go straight roll.
Okay. 14.
14. So that one there, same thing. You roll in. You manage to land on your feet, but you don't quite do the commando roll. You sort of just land straight on, and you can feel the brunt of that fall. So that's going to give me, or give you, 6 points of fall damage.
Superhero
old
landing.
knees. Old knees. They
Yep.
don't work so well.
That looked painful.
And
Uh,
Perda.
I'm gonna look through the gash. I'm gonna look up to see where they've all gone. Does the wall look like it goes straight, or does it have like a curve to it? The wall
It's
above me.
from how small it is, like for how big it is. It looks like it's straight, but obviously there would be a very, very gentle curve.
I'm gonna like. Can I reach the top of this gash? Is it a big opening or is it a smaller opening?
The opening's about 10 foot tall.
All right. I'm gonna like jump in my way, not try and go upside down, but just in enough that I can still kind of reach as I start moving, reach the top edge of that gash.
Yep.
And then like I'm gonna grab it, so it like flings me around, and then I'm gonna try and like slide down the wall.
Okay, so you want to try and climb up the gash
Yeah.
to get to the top and then swing yourself in.
I swing myself in, but like kind of reach as I jump in. I'm gonna obviously
Spin
a
around so
180,
your feet go
and
first.
then I'm gonna be technically falling, and I'm gonna try and like catch that ledge.
Okay, all right. I would like, if you're going to do that, give me an acrobatics with disadvantage because you're going to try and climb and swing in to catch yourself.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. Give me athletics to climb.
Yep.
We'll see if
Athletics
you get up.
is a 13.
All right. So you just managed to find a few little torn bits that you can grab onto, but because you're grabbing on so tight, you do notice that it sort of cuts into your hand ever so slightly. So you will take 4 points of slashing damage. And then you want to try and swing yourself in and then catch the edge. Is that right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so then give me an acrobatics check.
21.
21. All right. You managed to swing yourself around like a gymnast and catch straight onto the edge. But now gravity is holding you down, and you've got about a 4. You'll be looking at 10 there, 25. You'll be looking at a 15-foot drop. If you
And I'm gonna kind of like try and slide down the wall, so I'm not falling I'm not straight falling. I'm kind of like more of
Come
a
on.
sliding.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna try and go for a slide. Give me
Yep.
a acrobatics with advantage.
Either an 11 or an 8, so an 11.
11. All right, you start to slide down, and you're like, you're just excited, like, yeah, it's worked. And as you slide down, about 10 foot down, about 5 foot down, you manage to hit a bit of metal which is sticking out, and your feet hit it, and then it starts to make you fall backwards. You're doing this like, whoa, 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 whoa. Give me give me a athletics check with disadvantage. Dexterity check. Give me a dexterity check. Just straight dexterity.
Straight dex with disadvantage.
Yep.
11.
All right. You start to roll backwards, and then and you fall back. You then land on your back, taking.
I try and catch him when he comes down.
Are you gonna try and catch him? All right. So give me a catch him. Give me an athletics check from you to see if you can get there in time to try and catch him.
12.
12. Yeah, you can get there in time. Now, as he's falling down, give me a strength check to see if you can support his weight.
Shit.
I'm only considered small. I'm tiny.
12.
But you're a dwarf, aren't you?
No, halfling.
Oh, you're a halfling. Okay, give me
I'm a
advantage.
halfling.
Oh.
Sorry, I thought you were a dwarf.
No,
Yeah, that's
halfling.
better. So strength?
Yep.
15.
All right. So as you fall down, you and then you just see this ching 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 as bloody Marek starts running up, and he puts his arms out, and you just fall into them like a Spider-Man catching Gwen Stacy.
I just come and
holding you.
crate him a little bit. How you going?
Holy shit, that was close. Thanks for catching me, mate.
Yeah. I just think nothing of it. I just put him down.
Here, have some jerky.
You jerk. You know I don't eat food.
Yeah, but you like eating food.
Only in competitions.
Needing to and wanting to are two very different things.
All right.
I stow it away.
Okay, so what you then feel as you're all sitting here now, it feels weird because it feels like you are standing on flat ground. Right? You know you've just walked up a 45 degree. You've then looked into this ship, and you looked up, and it still feels like you're in flat ground.
This is trippy
Yeah.
as guys. I don't know what's going on.
Has
I don't
anyone
like it. I
heard
don't like it.
anything like this where gravity like flips?
I've heard of some spells, but I don't know any magic that could actually do it. It's a bit fucking weird.
Even some tall stories. Anyone had like any pub stories about anything like this? This is weird.
Thing.
Um,
What do we see around this room?
yeah, what do we see? That's what I think.
Okay, give me a perception check. Whoever wants to have a crack at seeing, or we can do a group one, and we'll do an average.
21.
That'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah, my passive's 21. I rolled 16 though.
Okay, 16. All right, so yeah, we'll say you see. As you're looking out amongst the map, you can notice, and I will zoom this out so people at home can see as well. You can see about. So if you were to look out to your what would be classed as your, if we go north, south, east, and west, you look out towards your your southeast, you can notice a bunch of trees. You can see a section that's covered in rocks, and another section which looks like the lake that you saw before you fell in.
Okay.
All right.
And then around you is you seem to be elevated above the ground, so you're about 50 foot above the actual ground. So you're sitting just above the trees on certain bits. If you guys were to look around, you can see a borderline. So it's like a small wall, about half the height, so about 3 foot tall, which is more like a barrier to stop you from obviously falling off. You can see a ladder, and you can see a bunch of boxes.
I want to go over and have a look at the boxes.
The boxes?
Yeah, I'll come have a look with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were to go have a look at the boxes, what you can see, give me a investigation check.
I'll help him as I come over to look with him.
All right.
To help him give me anything.
Yeah, it'll give you advantage.
Sweet. With advantage, we're looking at 16.
16. Okay, so as you're scrounging around these boxes, you do happen to look behind one of the boxes. In between the last little box, which would be there, and the piece of wall, you do happen to notice it looks like a weird looking crossbow, but it hasn't got the bars along the side. Almost looks like a gun of some sort, like a pistol, but instead of having like a chamber on it, it looks more like it's got these blue and yellow round pipes which sort of just run around it in a spiral sort of pattern.
I'll pick that up.
Yep.
What is that?
I don't know.
Okay, so what I'll
Do you think
do...
it a really,
Thinking-
really good
Thinking back
like?
to that book I read, was there anything of that description in that alien book I read?
Okay, you haven't seen a description of anything in that alien book.
That
But
looks
what
like
you
it.
do
Okay.
see, it does look very similar to a picture. If you look in our Facebook chat, sorry people on stream, you can't see this. I do apologise. But check out our Facebook chat. It looks very much like that. But those ice cream looking toothpaste swirls, the white, that's perfect. The white is actually a yellow, and the black sections are blue. So it's white, yellow, and blue circling around.
Being of the tinkering and making of magical things,
Yep.
I really want to give this like a study and kind of try and figure out what it does, like the mechanisms behind it, if it's a weapon or like some sort of
Okay,
anything.
okay. So by you looking at it, it looks very similar to a revolver type pistol that you've seen before. But where the chamber where you would normally drop your bullets into, there's no chamber. Instead, it's got, like I said, those yellow and blue tubes. As you get the gun, let's say, as you get the gun and you cock it back, those yellow and blue tubes start to circle light around them. All right.
Weird.
Now, give me an investigation check with advantage because you're an artificer.
Yeah, boy, it'll be good for something. Alright. Shit roll. Shit roll. 14.
14. So from that, you can clearly see that it's a gun of some sort. It's got a trigger. It's got a cock. It's got a barrel at the end. But the barrel at the end, instead of being a normal barrel, which would obviously a bullet would come out of, it's a glass tube, and then the end of it is rounded, almost dome-like shaped. So it's almost like whatever it shoots doesn't shoot something physical out of there.
Should I test it out, guys?
Might as well.
Just
I
aim it
point
away.
it over
Nice.
to a distant tree and pull the trigger.
Distant tree and pull the trigger. Okay, so then what I'm going to want from you, I will need a intelligence check. DC 20, please.
Oh, that's good. I'm good at those. Watch me fuck it up, though.
That one.
Ah, man. It's only a 12.
Okay, so as you go to shoot it, you notice that there is 4 lights just circling through those tubes. All right, 4 beams, like light beams, just sort of globules spinning around it. Now, as you go to shoot it, you pull the trigger back. You pull the cock back. You get the trigger. You go to pull it, and you just hear a, and then one of those light beams disappears, but nothing happens.
Good. I need to study this some more.
But you gather what you've done seems right, but feel like you may have missed something as you've gone to use it.
Something.
Not you're missing something, but you just haven't done something.
I need to look at this more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a moment to create a bag of holding.
Yes.
And then I put that into the bag of holding.
Perfect. All right.
Did you guys notice anything else? Yeah. Did you guys notice anything else around up on this platform?
I was looking with you, so I'm sort of
Now,
Not really.
Damaris, you looking around too, you happen to notice one as well. There was two there.
a second one.
Mhm.
Oh, look, here's the second one.
Hey, there's another one.
Looks exactly the same, but the only difference is your one has 4 lights flashing around those tubes,
Yeah.
whereas Marek's one only has 3 lights flashing around those tubes.
Do you think every time you shoot it, it loses one of these flashing lights?
I don't know what the lights even do.
I don't know. You're more adept with tinkering with things than I am.
Yeah, just all these things take time.
Look, here, you hold on to this one as well. They may come in handy at some point.
I'm going to try both at the same time. I pull the pistol back out. I try both of them and pull
Yep.
both triggers at the
Okay, so for the first one, the
Akimbo's.
original one you tried, give me an intelligence check.
Marek Akimbo.
Give myself a flash of genius.
Yep.
Better. 24.
24. Okay, so that one there, as you go, you pull the trigger, you cock it back, you pull the trigger, this pure beam of blue light just shoots out of it, and it just shoots straight into the wall opposite, and then you just see what you can gather, it just disappears after that.
That
You
was
can't quite tell
cool.
what it did. Now the
That
second
was
one,
impressive.
give me an intelligence check on that one.
So no flash of genius on this. Oh, fucking shit. 10.
10. All right. As you go to fire that one, you feel like you did the exact same thing, but for some reason it just goes and it just fizzles,
Man.
and one of those 4 lights disappears. You've only got the 3 lights spinning around that one as well.
This is
I think
weird.
you might only have 3 charges left.
Does the first one he fired, does
Mhm.
it still have 3 lights, or has it only got 2 lights now?
Yes, still got 3 lights.
Weird.
Maybe you have 4 chances of misfiring.
Yeah, maybe.
Because you
I'll
didn't
put
fire the
these
first
away.
one, lost one. Yeah, we'll play with them later.
Yeah, play. These seem like fun toys.
All right. Now, if it went as you were
Um,
looking at them, you did happen to notice on the hilt, right at the not the hilt. I'm still trying to remember how to describe the gun. Right at the back, behind where the pull trigger is. So at the back,
Yeah.
there's a
Middle.
little digital display, and on the first one that you have,
Fancy.
it now says 19. All right. Sorry, it says 9. On the second one that you have, it says 10. So the one that didn't shoot says 10. The one that did shoot says 9.
Huh.
Hmm.
Interesting. These things get more and more weird.
It must be some sort of counter for ammunition.
Has to be.
Hmm.
Anyway.
I don't understand this. This is
This is so weird.
it's all new to me.
We might as well just get going and find out what the end of this forest is.
All right, let's. I'm gonna start making my way down the stairs.
All right. So as you get to the staircase, it's just a large metal staircase, circular one. It just climbs down, descends 50 feet. You do probably about 4 full rotations, nearly 5 full rotations, and then you come to the ground. Once you get to the ground, in front of you, all you notice is long groups of trees and a long field. So
what's the climate like in here?
So in here, it would feel. All right. So you guys, obviously being around the continent of Mayfast, it would feel almost not quite tropical. It's not too cold. It's not too hot. It's a really nice temperature. It'd be like 24 degrees outside kind of thing. It's just that it's comfortable. It's very comfortable. You don't feel like you're sweating, but you don't feel like you're freezing. It's just you're comfortable. You're good.
Compared to the outside temperature when we first came in, was that
Compared
like
to the
super
outside
cold?
temperature was quite hot.
Right.
So it's cool. A little bit
Sorry, quite
cooler.
cool. Sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong side of the map.
Oh,
It was quite cool. So it was
Yep,
probably
yep,
felt
yep.
more like a 10
Went
to
up a
15
little.
degrees outside, but in here it just feels like a constant 24.
Quite pleasant.
Guys, there's just trees and field down here. Maybe we need to walk the field. You should come on down.
Let's get
I'm coming.
Yeah, it seems like a big path to me.
Tribal, do you want to scout ahead?
happy to.
Boys, our scout.
And I have like 10, 15 feet in front of the entire party.
Yep. And you're just going to start scouting ahead?
Yep.
All right. Now, as you start walking around, you all of a sudden just hear this beep, boop, bop, beep. And out from one of the trees comes this square bit of glass running on two large metallic wheels on the side. And you just see it pretty much come out from the trees and just start going across. And then it does a U-turn and comes back. And then goes to the other edge of the trees, does a U-turn, goes back. And it seems to be moving in 5-foot increments, heading away from where you are. So heading towards the distance. It's weird. It's just
Guys, what the hell is that?
and as it goes past, you
It
just hear
could be It could potentially be on patrol, and that might be something that's hostile.
That's pretty cute. That's pretty spot on to what I was thinking as well.
Give me a perception check, please, Tribor.
Look, just based off what the book I briefly
Not-
read,
19 for me.
19.
I think the
Yep.
lady knows a bit more about this place than she was letting on.
All right. So, with that perception check of 19, you notice that as the little robot box cube thing, as it goes across, behind it, it's leaving the grass is a little bit lighter and a little bit shorter.
It appears to be some sort of gardening device.
Gardening device?
What do you mean?
Yeah, it looks like it's cutting the grass as it goes through. I don't think we'll have an issue with this thing.
Can I take it home? Can I do my
Okay.
garden? That'd be cool.
I don't have a
And
garden.
I'm going to follow. I'm going to walk towards it, but I'm going to line it up so I stay behind the robot. So when it comes up for its track, and then when it does its turnaround, I'm going to walk behind it, and then be on its side when it
So,
turns around. So
what
Just
it's
be
doing,
careful, Tribal.
every 5 foot, it takes about 5 seconds to cover 5 foot. So for it to go from edge to edge, you're looking at about a minute roughly. Takes a minute to cover from one edge of the trees to the other. So you're wanting to follow behind it?
it's going across like that, right?
Just going across, correct. So it started here.
Oh, okay, cool.
It came out of here, and it's just moving across like that. And then once
Alright,
it gets
cool.
to the
Then
other end,
once
it
it
moves
gets-
to here and then goes across again.
Yeah, basically, once it kind of gets to the point where I have enough room to go right past it, where it's behind me, that's what I'll be doing.
Okay, so you want to run past it. You just quickly, as it zigs across, you zip across it. Okay, so
Should we follow Tribal?
I think might be a good idea.
all right.
I'll do the same.
Okay, so you all follow along. So you guys can just move it across. I'll just flick Tribor across to the next bit. Good work. You keep moving along. And then you get to what looks like a T intersection, almost like a crossroads. Now it gives you the option. You can then go left, or you can go straight.
What do you
Do
guys
you
think?
guys want to check out those stones?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Fog of war. Knowles
Mhm.
decides to put it on now, doesn't he?
Well, we would have seen it from up high, wouldn't we?
You
We
did,
have
we
the-
did.
but it's the same way. If
thing
you
on
go
that.
to Phillip Island, you can see the hedge maze from the top. But once you
Yeah,
get in
yeah.
there,
Need that
Yeah,
keen
obviously.
mind.
that's
And
it.
did we need to go left to get to those rocks, or did we go right?
They looked more
Inwards.
towards I'd say left. I'm gonna guess left.
I'm pretty sure it was right, guys. I know my
flip
way
a coin.
around, and I'm pretty sure it
Flip
was
a
right.
coin. Flip
Yeah,
a
go
coin.
for it. Go for it.
Alright, I'll pull out a gold coin.
I don't have any money. You have to flip your coin.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my coin. Alright, 1 or a 2 we go right, which is heads. 3 or 4 we go left, which is tails. Alright, that's a 3. We're going left.
All right.
Left it is.
Let's go.
Lead the wa-
So as you
lead
guys
the
keep
way.
walking, these trees surrounding you are probably 20 to 30, some of them even 40-foot tall. They are quite large trees, and it's like it's been here for a long time because trees don't get that big just overnight. As you continue to walk, the grass in front of you isn't any more than probably 2 to 3 inches in length. So it's almost like that little robot that you saw must just go around and just trim, keep everything looking good. Okay, you then move a little bit further forward. You come to another intersection. Now, when you look straight ahead,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
sorry,
Mm.
when you look straight ahead, you can see rocks, large boulders. When you look to your left, you can start to see quite nice, colourful flowers. Tribor, if you want to give me a perception check, when you're looking to the north,
8.
8. Okay, all you can see is the
Yep.
colourful flowers.
I'm not too sure exactly where to go. Any suggestions, guys?
Let's go have a look at the flowers.
Let's go look at the rocks. We went into the rocks. Let's go to the rocks.
All right,
Might
we'll
give
come back to the flowers.
We can go back to flowers.
Flowers
everywhere.
So you want to head towards
Peering
the...
into the surrounding vegetation, is there anything like watching us?
No, but you can hear a slight whirring all around you, like a...
Oh, like a robotic sound, like the similar
very
grass
same
cutter.
sound that you heard from that grass cutter before. Damaris, if you, because you've got a high perception, you would notice that above you there are what look to be large flying things, and you just see 2 or 3 of them circling around, and then they circle around for a little bit, around and around and around, and then they sort of return up to the top, which is a bit like a nest.
Past the hole that we came in.
Correct.
Oh,
So back up higher than that, and then up into one of the corners, and you can see what looks to be a dark spot, but you see them sort of just disappear into that corner. And then if you were to look around every 5 to 10 minutes, you'd probably see them come out again and circle around.
There appear to be some sort of flying things.
We're being watched.
They're sort of coming and going, so they're either watching us or just sort of keeping overview of the whole thing. Not quite sure.
Trust. I think we take them out, and I pull my sling out and I start swinging it, ready to fling a fucking rock.
Now these
They're
things are about 100. Just to
pretty
give you an idea,
big.
they're about 150 feet away from you, because that's how tall it is from you to the roof. So between 100 and 150 feet away. Can't quite tell exactly.
How could I tell how big they were?
A couple of them look, from what you can tell, they look like they're approximately, the wingspan would be 20 to 30 feet on a couple of them. And then
Big.
a couple other ones that you see are only 10 to 15 feet. So you might make the assumption that, there's older ones and younger ones there.
Adults and younger ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Just be careful, but I believe they're pretty big.
Oh, wine bloody. Yeah.
By all means, if you want to fucking sling
Look,
one,
don't go
for it.
picking fights with big things like what happened last time.
Yeah, but it's fun though.
Look, it definitely wound up to be some fun times, but I don't know. This place is just kind of, there's lots going on, and a lot of it's unexplained, and it worries me.
Yeah, look, let's check out these rocks, and then we can make a decision from there.
Okay. So,
Lead on, Tribor.
You move up to the
Yo.
mouth of these rocks. Now, when you move up to the rocks, you notice that there is rocks to your left, or there's another opening which leads to some trees to your right. You want to look towards the rock still?
Yeah, I'll still look towards the rocks to be safe.
Okay. So you look in towards the rocks. Now you notice a bit of a funky smell coming from out of these rocks. And then about 20 to 30 feet in, you notice that it sort of slopes down into a dark, dirt-filled area. It's no longer grass, it's more dirt. Now, I need a perception check. So I'll get a perception, because you're all standing around there, I'll get a perception check from everyone.
18 for me.
Is this a perception on smell?
On hearing. Well, actually, you can give me one on smell as well if you want.
Beautiful. I get advantage on that.
All right, so give me. You can get the advantage on that, and then the first roll, I need that one as well, because that'll be for what you
Okay.
can hear.
So my first roll
Yep.
is 24.
Perfect.
My second roll is a nat 20.
Okay, even better. Okay, what about everyone else?
Nice. Rolling the goods.
23.
23?
8.
8, all right.
I can't see shit. I'm too small.
And
Yeah.
Jacob, what did you get again? You got a
Somebody give me
18.
a boost.
I got 18, yeah.
18. Okay. Tribor and Perda, you hear a low grumble, but you're not quite sure what it is. It does sound familiar, like you've heard it before, but you're not quite sure.
Lions, guys, I told you it was fucking lions.
What is it with you and lions?
Lions are everywhere. They're dangerous. You got to watch out for them.
Marek,
What about bears?
Marek, you hear a bit more of a roar. Same as you, Damaris. You hear that as well. And Damaris, you also smell a rotten meat. You can smell rotten meat.
Sorry, that was me.
Now, give me from you two. Give me a animal handling check
Oh, okay.
Wait, from Rich too?
for
Ooh,
Marek
good.
and Damaris.
Oh, shit.
This guy's rolling great tonight. That's a 19.
Okay.
16.
16. It sounds like you can hear two things. You can hear a roar from what sounds like a lion, but
Fucking lions.
you can hear flapping. What sounds like a bird.
no.
Um, Can I... do I know of any animals that both roar like a lion and flap like a bird?
I know
Give
what
me
this
a... What's your background, real quick? Without giving anything away, just what's your basic background that you can give away right now?
Well, to be honest, I was built for war, more or less. So
Built for
I
war?
was a
yeah, it
scientist.
depends what other armies have used in war. if
Okay,
I have-
give me a just a straight history check.
Ah.
I won't give you advantage because it's not enough for advantage, but it's not enough for disadvantage either.
20? That's a
Listen,
mod 20.
I was a scientist, so I don't think that really.
Mod 20. Give me a history check from you too, Amaris.
I am proficient in history.
Good boy.
So that is an 18, which totals 25.
Damn.
Okay, so on Marek's side, and Damaris, you've both heard of this. You have heard of a creature that has the face and body of a lion, but it has the tail of a serpent, and then it has the wings of what is like a large bird. Damaris, you've more heard about it through your science
Reading.
circles and books. You've heard about scientists talk about this mythical creature. Marek, you've heard about it more through bars and taverns. You've just overheard people speaking of this
Yep.
weird monster that's like a flying lion,
Drunk tales. Got it.
essentially.
There could be some sort of winged lion up ahead, guys?
Yeah, it's it's meant to be myth, but it's Did you guys smell? There's rotting flesh. I smell.
I believe we could be in a creature's den, and it is feeding time.
Should we get the jump on it then? Eat
We
it
should
before
avoid
it
it
eats
inside it.
us?
Well, we haven't disturbed it so far, so why should we antagonize it?
Do
But-
like you're thinking.
If it stops eating and then comes out and finds something else to eat.
I think we kill it and I start swinging my sling around.
20 whacks with a wet noodle, Mark.
Can I get a
Um,
stealth check, a party group stealth check?
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Oh, I have disadvantage on these.
So do I.
Man, I thank you for this dice, man. It is rolling me dope numbers
20.
all night. That's
23.
Yeah, get some good dice from Dust Smith. They're all well. I'm
20,
sick of rolling on
24.
D&D Beyond.
So 23, 24,
3.
3,
13.
13.
I rolled a 2 and a 3. Like, fuck.
All
Look,
right.
it helps when you're proficient in 9 stat categories.
Okay,
Alright, Mac
so you happen to hear a and then like a quick flap of wings, and then it just dies down again. But that's all
I
you
think
hear.
it may have finished eating.
It appears to be sleeping, so we should really not
It
go
might
in.
not. Get the jump on it. Strike now while the iron's hot.
Yeah, I kind of want to get rid of it so it's one less thing that can attack us.
What if we piss off? If it's got wings it can fly, what if we leave and then it comes after us anyways?
It
Guys,
does prove to be a potential hurdle.
You've seen me charmed animals before. I can charm this one if need be.
Oh, well, that's actually pretty handy. Is this just a cave entrance, or does it have like an open roof, or is it?
It's a closed-in roof, but I didn't know how to
Okay.
do that to make it look that way.
Yep,
So
yep.
essentially, where it starts going from grass to dirt, that's essentially a slope, probably about a 20-degree slope into like a cavern sort of area,
Yeah,
cave area.
Okay.
Okay, maybe.
Maybe we don't. I don't want to go in. I don't like caves.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, Tribor. Let's hear on the wider side of caution.
Yeah.
Back away from the cave.
We're going to go check out those flowers.
Need another stealth check from everyone.
Ah, you
A
motherfucker.
group stealth check.
Oh, motherfucker.
Shit. Oh,
Nice
good
thing.
roll.
Hey, double 8s for 9.
Not 20, baby.
Oh,
Woo!
shit.
All right. So watching
I've
that
got
20
the
total.
golden snitch. 27.
27. Yep. Now I need
6.
6
I stole
and
Allison's golden
tribal.
snitch.
19 for me.
So, knock on wood so I don't
All
jinx
right.
myself.
You're all good. You hear another flap of wings and then sort of dies off again. And you hear a bit of like a scratching of dirt and it goes quiet again.
I don't think we disturbed it.
Yeah,
Perder,
I think we
Per-
piss off now, and I just kind of like start walking back towards the flowers.
Perder, I think you should give your meat to Tribor just in case she needs to woo it. You know, help.
Yeah, here's some jerky, and I just like throw like a handful of jerky.
Just add it.
Take it.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
Flowers? Is that
Well,
what you
I
guys?
was
We headed
I'm
back
gonna
over
head
the
down
flowers.
south. You just keep going away down this way, or
I
Yeah,
thought we
you can
wanted to
head.
check out those
You
flowers.
can head south if you want. It's up to you guys, man.
Hey, Tribor, where are you going?
Tribo's caught
flowers
whiff
are
of something.
closer to the cage. We might as well walk as far as way in the opposite direction.
Oh, there might be something interesting over at the flowers.
You're a girl. Don't girls like flowers?
I quite hate flowers.
Cool. Let's get the flowers.
Let's just look at it. It'll be 2 minutes at most.
I'd find let's go to flowers.
Just having a peek. Just a quick peek.
You won me over.
Brush my way past.
So going
You
back to
twisted
the
my arm.
flowers.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys start to walk in, You notice the trees are quite thick here, but
Oi.
instead of just being trees, there's a bunch of really nice, colourful flowers: blues, pinks, greens, reds, yellows, oranges. There's multiple, like multicolour. There's like ones with yellow on the inside, leading to a red, leading to a black. They're very, very beautiful looking flowers. You keep continuing to walk your way in, and you notice in the very centre, there is 3 trees with all these red fruits in them.
Seems ominous.
Looking at these flowers, with my scientific background and the alchemicus supplies I have and my knowledge of
Mhm.
acids and mixing things, would
Okay.
any of these flowers strike me as something that I might be able to use for creating something, or they just
Potentially,
look like
but
flowers?
they don't. As pretty as they are and as flower-like as they are, they don't look like anything you've ever seen before.
Okay, so I wouldn't really know the properties of them.
I'm gonna go over and find a yellow flower,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna pick it,
Okay.
and I'm gonna stick it in my hair.
Okay. You walk up.
Hey, Marek, do I look pretty now?
You look prettier than Tribal.
Thanks, man.
Oh, I don't know how you swing, but
Look,
Tribal the prettiest of us, realistically.
let me try one of these hanging fruits. I have a lot of resistances up at the moment, and
You're not really going to be affected by much. You don't really
yeah,
eat
look,
things.
Oh, yeah,
I should
you
be able
don't
to wear
need-
it off. I pick one of the fruits hanging off.
Okay.
Eat them all, I dare ya.
From that, you then hear from behind you a rustling of trees, and then you hear a large, deep voice, and he just goes, I do hope you were intending to ask before you took one of those apples.
Can I take an apple,
And
sir?
I turn around with my glaive out.
You turn around, and then behind you is.
Oh, we're dead.
Toby.
Toby.
Sorry.
It's always Toby.
Behind you is a large tree ant.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
And he's just talking to you. He's quite old. Think Greybeard, Lord of the Rings. Very old.
Yeah.
Ah. Why
Hello, sir.
are you sticking that weapon in my face?
He always does that. It's
Yes.
a cultural thing.
Yeah, sorry, a bit jumpy sometimes when
How he
there's
says
things
hello.
that are bigger than me.
I understand. What and who and why might you be here?
We're just
Where are we exactly?
Could ask you the same thing.
kind of stumbled across this place on our travels.
Oh, yes, there there are some wild creatures around the deck, so
The deck?
they should be careful.
What's your name?
He cannot tell them the names and numbers of creatures.
Numbers?
Such things don't interest him.
Who's him?
Him.
Oh, yes. The owners of the ship are referred to simply as the masters, though Oakshadow has never seen one.
Are
He
you Oak
thinks they
Shadow?
may all be gone.
Oak Shadow.
Are you Oak
Have
Shadow?
I
Have there
am
been-
Oakshadow.
Have there been many groups like us that have wandered in here?
Oh, some time ago, a creature similar to you little folk came through exploring. This creature had an old apple and gave the core to Oakshadow, who then planted the seeds and grew the trees.
You have grown some lovely trees, Oak Shadow. These are marvelous, and I mean no disrespect when I went to pick one of your bountiful fruits.
Ah, yes, yes. They may take as many apples as they need, but
Are they just,
don't be greedy.
well, I don't particularly need any apples though. Are these just normal apples? They're nothing.
Ah, the apples.
It's
Yes,
just apples.
they are very tasty apples. The core is why I am walking around today.
Right. So you grew out of one of these apples.
I do not know. They gave me the apple core, and now I am Oak Shadow.
Um, Tribal, have you ever come across a creature like this before?
Not in my travels, but I have heard legends from the Elvish that there are walkers among the forests, or guardians, but I'm honestly stumped.
Come say hello.
Nice.
Ah,
Uh,
he re-
uh,
he remembers the owner. He was captured quite some time ago and has been on the ship ever since.
what's his name? Or is it just the owner?
Ah, I do not know that.
What do
Ah,
you do?
but at first he was angry, but he grew content when he realized there were many trees to care for. He just
Is
had
he a,
to leave his cage, but he can't because the servants of the masters are the Tin Men, and there are still quite a few of those around.
like me, a
Are the
tin
Tin
man?
Men
Ah,
bad?
very simple like you, but you're different. You're more. That's where he stops. You're more.
Right.
He's more what? You're gonna finish that sentence?
He's
Advanced.
different. The Tin Men are very simple. One job.
What's your
What's
job?
that job?
My job here is to ask that anyone be careful around the trees. Do not be greedy.
That's it?
Okay, I'll
I
take.
don't know what
May
else my purpose is.
May I take one apple, Oak Shadow?
Like I said, you may take as many apples as you need, but do not be greedy.
Alright, I'll take one singular apple and put it in the bag of holding. We can give this to old lady Poopy Pants when we go back.
Hey, Mary, chuck me an apple.
Okay, and I pick one apple for a Predator.
Okay? He just looks
Eat
at
the
you,
apple.
and you see him sort of smile a little bit as you hold the apple.
I'm gonna eat it.
His smile widens.
I'm gonna eat the whole thing.
Mhm.
When I finish, I'm gonna be like, "Here, you can have the core. I don't need it."
Ah, you would not be the first one to do this.
Is it considered rude not eating all of it?
No, 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 no. Ah, how was it?
Yeah, pretty good.
Ah, it is. My apples are very good. I
Been a while since I've had an apple, so
I remember the ship crashing, but I can't
Right.
remember why. I did think about leaving, but I couldn't bear to leave my trees.
Ship
Do
crashed.
you wait 1 second? I'll be back. And you see him lumber off into the trees, and then about 2-3 minutes comes back, and he's holding what looks to be almost looks like a white leather belt with a black piece through the center of it. But that looks almost glass-like, like a blackened glass or an onyx. And then where the belt buckle would be, there looks to be a white or silverish ring buckle with a green button in the middle of it. And he goes, "Ah, little one, I have this present for you, saying my apples are very tasty." And he hands you this belt.
Oh, thanks. Where did you get a belt from in the forest?
Ah, I found one of the tin men, and they dropped it when they were taking it from him.
Him.
Him. He said him.
Who's him?
Ah, him. Ah, he, as I said earlier, he was captured many, many years ago. He is now a prisoner to the masters.
Put the belt around, like over the outside of my like my jacket and everything as well.
Yep.
And I do it up. Obviously, if it'll do up tight enough to go around my halfling waist,
Yep.
and then I press a button.
Okay. I need 3 investigation checks. Yeah, intelligence. 3
Just
intelligence. Straight
straight
intelligence, man.
again. Or actually, I can re-roll that one because in that one. 14.
Yes.
Oh, second that one, I can re-roll that one as well. 11,
Jesus.
Yep.
and then at 20, so 21.
Okay, so 14, 11, and a nat 20.
14, 11, 21.
14, 11, 21.
21.
Yep.
Okay, so 14. Ah, so around that, you see as you go to activate it, you see 4 lights go doo, 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 doo. 2 at the front, so 1 each side of your belt buckle, and then 2 at the back, 1 each side. As you go to activate it, you see them all dim out all of a sudden, and then you see 1 light up, 2 light up, 3 lights up, but the 4th one doesn't light up.
Ah. So close.
And all you
Like-
hear is a
These like your bloody guns that don't bloody work properly.
I did see him. He was in the air like a bird before he lost that.
How did he lose it?
The Tin Men, they took it off him. He fell, and then when he hit the ground, they took him out and took that off, and then took him away. And he points to the east side of the room.
Right. Okay, well, thanks, Oak Shadow. You've been very helpful. Have a great day.
Any time. It has
I like-
been many, many while since I have seen anyone. So, thank you.
Alright, well,
Right.
Just
See
be
ya.
careful, okay? Some of the Tin Men, they have these burning wands. He used to talk to them, but I hate them because they burn the trees. They're very bad.
we'll keep an eye out.
Yes. Thank you.
I'll start walking back around.
And you just see him looking at you and waving as you walk away.
It's like simple.
See ya, take care.
And he backs into the trees. Now, I did send you a thing of what that device is.
Yes, I did see that.
So basically, just to give you guys a heads up on how those devices work, it says 1 check. Now, that's an intelligence check. Okay, so for instance, the pistols has 1 check, so you have to do 1 check before you can shoot it. If it hit, if you get the check, then I'll cast as an automatic hit. With your belt, it takes 3 checks. So I need 3, at least 2 of those need to be successes for it to activate whatever it does.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool bananas.
Okay, so I'll take him off the. Take him off. All right. So you get back to that. Oh, okay. Triball's down there. Okay. All right. So you want to go down there. All right.
We're ready.
Okay.
Tribal gone?
So you guys make yourself way back to opposite the
he's
rocks. Now, as you walk past the rocks, I'd like a group stealth check, please.
Ah, god damn it.
Oh, there's the other side of the die.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
What's my cell? 7.
20, 26 for me.
Jesus.
26, 12, 10, and what was the little
8.
As you're walking past, you hear a as it gets louder and louder as it comes towards you.
Chit,
I
chit,
think
chit,
we
chit, chit,
worked
chit,
it
chit.
out.
You turn around, and then all of a sudden, you see a
Yay.
manticore.
Here
come
we
out.
go, here we go, here we go. I pull out both pistols and take a shot.
I would, since you had time to turn around, I'll give everyone a surprise round on it, and then I'll need initiative.
Okay. Good.
So what's happening? Sorry.
Sorry,
Manticore's coming.
You get a surprise round
Yeah.
because you heard this sound coming. You turned
Yeah.
around and you start seeing from the darkness these
Darkness. everywhere.
lion-like head coming out, but then you see
Okay.
these wings.
Yeah.
Here we go, boys.
Okay.
Let's fuck him up.
So do we?
I'm gonna cast-
We're rolling initiative first, or
Give me a surprise round, and then I'll get initiative off
so
you.
we'll
So, Chris, I'm going to cast Animal Friendship on it.
Okay.
So it needs to do a Wisdom save for me.
Wisdom save. All right. That is an 18.
Okay, so that passes. So,
Okay.
not our friend.
That's
So-
okay. That was your crack. Good try. Good try. Good try.
Yep.
You
That's
try
my
and
turn.
look at it, and you're like, whoa, whoa, and you just see him look at you like.
Nope.
You're like,
Not doing
that.
Man is friend, not food.
All right.
Alright.
Surprise rounds from.
Yeah, so-
who's next? I'll let you go whichever order you want for this one.
So I'll pull out both pistols and try and take another shot.
All right.
With both pistols.
Give me 2 investigation checks. First pistol and then second.
All right, come on.
Investigation or intelligence?
Sorry, intelligence.
Okay.
Sorry, thank you.
Ugh, both terrible. Highest was a 12. Lowest was a 6.
A
Fucked up.
6. Okay. So on which was the first one? So the first pistol got the 12 or the 6?
Yeah. The 12.
12? Okay. First pistol, you pull both out, fucking sideways. You go to shoot them. The first pistol, you shoot, and it just goes.
God.
And then it just, all of a sudden, 2 lights disappear off it.
Motherfucker.
Oh.
Alright?
Back to
Um,
back.
The second pistol, you've gone to shoot that, and it just goes. 1 light disappears on it. So first pistol, you have 1 light left on it. The
Yep.
second pistol, you got 2 lights left on it.
Put them both in the bag. Pull my shield out. Old reliable. The mace. Let's do this.
All right.
As I hear it, I
Yes.
spin around. My robe sort of like flicks over behind my back, and I pull my light crossbow out,
Yep.
and then I reach with my other hand and grab one of my bolts. And in the process of grabbing my bolt, I sort of like run it up my forearm
Yep.
and sort of nick myself a little bit as I invoke some right damage on the weapon,
Okay.
fire damage. So I need to take some.
Ah, now I see what character you are.
Damage.
Go on. Yep.
So I take some damage as I do this.
Oh,
and
you're
then
a
I'm going to
bloodhunter.
take 2 shots with my crossbow at the manticore
All right.
as I spin around.
Go for it.
First shot probably misses. 13.
13. That one there is just misses. As you go to shoot the crossbow, he just does a little quick little out of the way, and it goes underneath the
sort of
wing.
Sort of as I'm turning, I fire and sort of miss, and then I just pull out another one and loaded in.
Yep.
For a 25.
That's a hit.
So that's 1d8. So it does. Hold on, I'm trying to remember how. Okay, so just. I don't know. I think it just does extra. You activate because rising a little bit of notice, right? Attachment from. Oh, deal an additional. Okay. So it does 5 damage piercing, and then it does. Was it 4 damage of fire? So that's 9 damage.
Okay, so.
Nice.
Yep, no, that's fine, that's fine. So, perfect. Alright. Now, I'll give you guys 2 choices. We can go through this fight, or we can, for tonight, and go to the next week.
I didn't
Next
get my
week.
surprise round.
Oh, so you haven't had yours? Go. No, you do yours
No.
first. You do yours first.
Sorry.
Sorry.
As I hear this, I pull out the sling and like a ball bearing out of like a little side pouch.
Yep.
Fucking one fling. Fuck. Game on. And I just flick them two sling throws.
Okay.
So the first one is a 24 to hit,
Yep. That hits.
and that does 6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And the second one is 9 to hit.
9 to hit. That's a miss.
That's a miss, yeah.
Okay. So, as that other ball bearing goes, you hear it past him, and you hear it ting, 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 and then you hear another. So, how do you guys want to do this?
We'll do it next week. We've got more
Yeah.
time to.
Yeah, I'm
Do
cool
it,
with that,
so.
man. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, mate.
More time to die.
Well, that's it. I
I'm
figured
good either
it's
way.
10:30, so I'm like, I'll let you guys choose. All right, so I'm gonna leave this on. As you hear that second roar, a second manticore pops
Yes.
up behind
Okay.
it.
Yeah, maybe next week might be best.
Yep, that's fine.
I
So,
know.
I told you we should go.
all right. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We really do appreciate you coming to watch us. We're sorry we couldn't play our normal Tomb of Annihilation tonight. But like I said, our DM does have a work life and he's extremely busy and he's got to make them money somehow. How else do we pay for this stream? But thank you for tuning in. Now, this one here, we will continue next week. So there'll be another break off Tomb of Annihilation. But I do hope you guys can tune in again. We will try and go for another 7:30 start next week. And we'll try and run through to about 10:30. Now that we've kicked out a lot of that early stuff out of this game, we're good to get right into the core of it. The manticore of it. He's got the same words on there. But yes, like I said, thank you very much for joining. If you would like access to our Discord server, where we do like to chat with our viewers and explain what's been happening in games, things like that, please do send us a message. So send us a message through Twitch. I see BreeLee625. You want to have a chat? That's fine. Send us a message. I'll send you a link. And yeah, you can chat to any one of us. So myself, Damaris, Marek, Tribor, Perta, we're all on there. Have a chat. We'll see what we can do you for. But until then, peace out, guys. We will catch you guys next Tuesday.
Good.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye.